Hello.
I am 5 minutes late. I don't know if you see, I've got a bit of a surprise right here. Who uh who wants to see why I'm late? If anyone's even here.
There's
Oh,
about
four
five
people in
people
here.
in there.
Okay. Hello, little one.
Oh my. 3. Oh.
Who wants to see them get bottle fed? And I think we're going to
Oh.
bottle feed. You two get back in there. Because you, sir, I believe, sir. Let me see. I know. You, madam, have been apparently rather spicy. Here you go, baby. And so, here you go, baby.
Any idea about how old they are? They can't be too
They're about
old.
5 weeks.
Oh.
This one, as you can see, the least happy about this situation. But I need to make sure they eat. So, I've had the red one since yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I know, baby, you don't like me yet. It's okay. And they were just cuddled in the crate, and I wanted to show you guys all. I know. Hey, you want more? Yeah?
It's okay.
Okay, baby.
Oh.
She is not a happy camper. So I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show this little very angry baby. If you want a kitten to feel comforted, you imitate your cleaning them.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you do this, see how she's kind of easing up already? The reason you do this, do you want more of this? Yes. Here, do you want to get back to your brother and sister? Huh? Here you go. The reason why you do that is because it imitates what an adult cat who means no harm would do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I do that. That's why I scruff them when I pick them up instead of just grabbing them, because a scruff is what the mother cat would do. Now, this one is kind of like afraid of life. She's damn near precious. No, young man, you wait. And then the red one, well, he kamikazed out of the crate last night. On his own. He dug through the door and got out. Yeah. This one's kind of frozen in fear. She is very scared. And so I'm trying to show her this means no harm. And when I put them back in the room, they're going to be laying in a nice rice sock. Now, rumor has it that Star Sign just gives 0 fucks at this point and might keep some of them. Who knows? And because as we all know, yesterday was my favorite day of the year, Mother's Day.
Mm.
And 2 years ago, if any of you remember who he is, I found Bastion. Well, Bastion died. And Bastion was a little red kitten that we found on Mother's Day in 2021, and he was literally the perfect cat in every way. Well, guess who got brought to me yesterday?
Little red one.
Little red boy. So, at this point in my life, I've resigned myself. I know what I am. There you go, baby girl. Does that feel better? No more rumbly tumbly. Yeah. And look at how stunning her patterns are, guys. Look at that. Little cloud.
Oh.
I know. Oh, honey, you're okay. We found Mama, who's a Siamese,
Oh no.
and we're trying to get her trapped. I know, buddy boy. You're next. You saw it, and you want some. Red boy has zero fear. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm gonna try to keep her. We're gonna see.
Hey. Stop.
Very pretty girl. All right, go back to your sister and brother. All right, you nosy boy, come here. He keeps putting one paw out of the crate like, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Look at this precious boy. He is so calm. The only thing he's not calm about is he hates sitting in that crate alone. And so that's why as soon as she found the other two a half hour ago, I said, bring him on down.
Just bring him on over. Yep.
Because it's going to save me so much. Because I'm not going to have to entertain you as much. Boy, this ain't adventure time. You can go adventure in your crate in a little bit. Oh, hi, Moon. Moon, I got your letter.
Yay.
Come on, boy. Boy. He's got the cloud pattern, too.
It's funny how they can all look so different.
Right? From the same litter. We don't know if there are any more. I'm kind of hoping there aren't any more.
Yeah.
Because I've got a crate big enough for it. But if I don't have to spend my first week off on top of doing everything I'm about to do in the next 2 weeks, taking care of this many kittens, we know one almost definitely has a home.
Good.
That would be Miss Spicy Black and White.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now, we have to figure out a name for this guy. That's going to be a task. It's got to be a good one. There you go, baby boy. The girl who found him, my friend wanted to name him Felice.
But he's a boy.
It's French. It's nah from me. It's a nah from me, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree.
They are all adorable. Like, just this boy, though, he is so just sweet. Like, you can see his body language is different from the other two. He's not opening up. He's very curious. Green is back.
Yay.
There you are. Want that Kim Possible? Wait, is my phone sound on right now?
Yeah, it's been going off.
Shit. You see how focused I am on the kittens. Husband, will you come relieve me of the fur balls now? They each got their syringes.
And I've got...
What are you eating? Should I heat this up for a minute? I will heat it up for a minute. Bring it in here first. I want to show them. Oh, the baby.
Fresh
girl.
off a nipple.
Oh, look
He's
at
a
that
whole week old. Look at how fat he's getting. Look at that little tummy.
So now notice the difference in fat, though, guys. So see that? See how the fat is all around, not centered in one hard ball?
Yep.
How calm this asshole is now that he's got others. So see this, guys? If you ever find a litter of kittens or puppies, mostly kittens, this is your best friend. So listen. Do you hear that? Raw rice. Has to be raw rice. Fill an old cotton, no rayon, nothing like that. Fill an old cotton sock. And you can throw this in a microwave for 2 to 5 minutes, depending how long you need it to retain heat. This will retain heat for hours. Here's why this is important. Kittens especially have a very hard time retaining heat. That's why it's excellent for you to raise kittens in the litter, or at least in a litter. They really need time. Yes, baby, please put that away. Heat this up first, and then once it's all heated up, I would say honestly, dude, do it 2 more minutes because it's warm on the inside, but it's there rotating. He's been insane, this kitten, until a little while ago. I retained too much heat. Yes, I'm getting to that in a minute, Big T. As a matter of fact, my screen just went blank.
You're so cute.
I hate this.
Why'd your screen go blank?
I don't know. It's dead.
Did you unplug it?
No. I think I stayed still for too long. I literally stayed still for too long. Guys, it's gonna be a Big T. Whenever you make the link, make sure you give it to me so I can advertise it on my stories. I'm gonna be with Big T on Wednesday, guys. On Saturday, Wednesday at 7 EST. But look at this precious baby. So we know there's definitely no second puppy now.
No, definitely no second puppy. It's just the one little fat guy.
His coloring is beautiful, though. Look at his face.
For his breed, he's going to actually be really nice. You can see, sorry, buddy, but you're going to have to hold on here where it's going to brown out. And he's going to have little eyebrows.
You see that, guys? He's got a little like, I call it peanut butter. So he's got the peanut butter eyebrows, the peanut butter cheeks. I love puppies at this age. They always look like they're smiling.
Yeah, and his little pink nose will turn black. As you can see, it already is. He's going to have the white on the cheeks.
Hi, Peachy.
Yep, just the one puppy. Yeah, I know. But he's fat. You fed him plenty.
Right.
Honestly, you're starting to look skinny.
Smaller breeds tend to only have 1 to 3 puppies per litter.
4 is actually average. 1 to 4.
Well, it depends on, because I know like pugs.
Well, for this breed,
only have 1. Yeah. So pugs, chihuahuas, Yorkies will have very small litters. Larger litters is honestly just detrimental to the animal's health.
Yeah, no. Small dogs, small litters. Big dog, big litters.
Greta was one of 17 puppies. Oh, Peachy's over on Twitch, guys. Sorry. If you hear me talking to someone, I stream across multiple platforms. So I have this playing, for some reason, not on my Facebook because I'm too lazy to relog in. My lovely assistant and co-host and puppy connoisseur, she goes, you're doing it on your YouTube and your Rumble, or just your Rumble?
Just my Rumble right now.
So she's on her Rumble. I'm on my YouTube, I'm on my Twitch, and I'm on my Twitter. What software? So I'm using Restream. Yeah. I don't know what she uses, but I use Restream.
I'm using Restream. That's why we can do it at the same time, because I just click join and it restreams.
Hold on, guys. I love this. I love this. Peachy. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be so convincing in the motion that the kitten. Well, that's the whole point, baby. Let it cool off for a minute, and then we'll bring the kittens in. They're all sitting here, very happy, huddled up. But that is the point. The motion. Oh, look at Mama. I saw the dehydration. She's been wearing herself thin.
Yeah, she tends to lose a bit of weight. I think I need to start giving her some moist food in the evenings.
What I did with some animals that like were losing for whatever reason, I just do a syringe of water along with it, just so that way they have no choice but to get a little bit of drink in them.
Yeah, well, she's drinking plenty of water. I think that with the puppy sucking her dry,
it's rough.
Though
I will say, because I was at a party earlier.
I will say he's done the best job on keeping her back nipples actually drained, so I'm not going to have to milk her again. Yep, both teats. And I think it's probably because he doesn't have anyone to fight with. What?
So many kittens and puppies. Listen, Peachy, you ever want to be surrounded by animals? Our houses are the houses to be at, okay?
Yeah. You get a bunch of cats and 2 dogs at her house, you get a bunch of dogs and 2 cats at my house.
I never realized it was that balanced.
I mean, you have more cats than I do, but there's 6 dogs and 2 cats here, so.
I have a lot more cats now. It's official, my foster. I'm just going to be literally shitting cats for a while. Just a ton. But that's my lot in life, you know. I always tell everyone, God sets you on a path you might not like, or you might not know about, or it might be scary, but the only reason that you find it scary is because you're fighting it. I remember being a teenager And even as much as I loved cats, I was like, I'm not gonna be a cat lady. I'm not. No. When people would call me a cat lady, I get so mad. Oh, I would get so mad. YouTube Shorts channel on animals. So I put up my animal shorts on my YouTube because honestly, Peachy, YouTube does not discriminate your shorts. So like, if you put up odd content on your YouTube from what you normally make, YouTube will be like, well, this is weird. I'm not going to put it on the algorithm. Shorts, it's so new. No matter what shorts you produce, they're throwing it out. What, handsome boy? What? He is so precious. But yeah, I'm gonna be shitting and pissing kittens for a long time. Peachy probably on Twitch. Yes, she is. Peachy's over on Twitch. What do you think, Horror? Are your puppy days done, or are you looking for another litter?
If I do another litter, it'll be about a year from now,
right,
or more.
Ooh, he was trying to run for it.
Stop! It doesn't help. Mama's got her nose under his ass.
So she's trying to clean him.
Yep. Here, I'm trying to see if I can get this around. Hold on. I will let you do it in just 1 second. Let me flip him over for you.
Fun fact, guys. So puppies and kittens are very different in how they breastfeed. Kittens actually scent mark a nipple. So that's why you don't see kittens ever fighting, and it's very, very quiet during breastfeeding time. Whereas puppies, like Horror was saying earlier, they fight. It's a very much a pack mentality kind of thing. Hierarchy. Is the rice a little cooler?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to take them one by one instead of doing it like this, or what?
I'll take them.
All right.
And what we got now going on is Mama thinking he needs to use the bathroom. So if you do ever raise puppies and you have a puppy on you and the girl starts doing this, or Mom starts doing this, move the puppy or you're getting peed on.
Yes. Now, do you want to handle why she has to do that, or what do you?
You mean other than the fact they can't stand up and do it themselves?
A lot of folks don't realize this. Puppies and kittens cannot poop or pee on their own for the first few weeks of their life. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. The kittens that got brought to me are not so tiny that I have to be up every 2 hours. Because here's the thing, guys. Bottle feeding is no fun, especially because it takes roughly 30 minutes if you're doing it right and consistent. You have to not only bottle feed them, you got to make sure that they have no gas in them, but then on top of that, you have to clean their bungholes because they are going to need to poop very quickly afterwards. I can confirm that with when I got my dog right. And so some more stuff you should know. So that's why I was very worried about. I think little man just hasn't had enough food in his system. Mom was around, like one of the girl, my friend that found the kittens, one of her dogs cornered the mom. It's a Siamese.
Oh my.
I want you to think, you look at these kittens, does this read Siamese to you? But anyways.
No. Well, kind of in the ears a little, I guess.
Right. But it's just like, they're so pretty. But anyways, so if you can, it's just you give them a moment, you rub their back. They usually let out some kind of gas. Especially little red man. He full on burps. He goes like a little gas comes out. Look at how sweet. See?
She's a cute puppy.
And this is why you see that Horror's dog trusts her so much, because she knows exactly what she's doing. And you can see how at ease the puppy is. Puppies who don't feel comfortable, even though they're that small,
they squirm.
They
try to get away. Now, I've been handling him at least daily since the day he was born. Well, not the day he was born, since the second day he was born, because I wasn't here the day he was born.
Close enough.
But yeah, so he gets a bit of attention.
Especially, he's gonna be so spoiled because he's the only one.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he gonna be spoiled right.
He's got him. You go with Daddy.
The puppy is so cute. I can't. I know. See, I'm one of those people, like, I can't stand puppies. I love them. Make no bones about it. I love them. I love playing with them. I don't like raising them. I hate it. Kittens?
I think they're great until they're 12 weeks old.
See, well, that's true because they're kind of like little adorable lumps.
Yeah, yeah. About
It's
12
one.
weeks is when you start having to potty train. They start chewing on things. Sydney, he's been a terror. He really has. So that's the nice thing about breeding them is I get them while they're itty bitty and cute and adorable, and I don't have to do shit because Grace is such a wonderful mama. And then I ship them off to some other poor unsuspecting victim.
I fucking love it. That's like when it comes to kittens, for me, kittens are super easy just because I'm so used to it. I've been rescuing like bitty babies since I was in single digits. Uh I've had, let's see, how many cats have been bottle babies? There was Shadow, Johnny, Nova, Penny, Bandit, and Brady. Um then there was, honestly, just now I'm starting to get lost. I'm thinking of so many. I've had guys, I've had so many. So many. We're talking at least I have personally raised and bottle fed roughly 15 kittens. And rehomed quite a few of them. So as you saw, like half those names you guys don't know because they're not my cats. You guys are amazing for fostering and breeding animals. A lot of work into. Oh, thank you, Peachy. I don't know how horror feels about it, but how I feel about it is everyone got put on this earth by God to do something. And he gives you a set of skills. It's your choice whether or not you're going to use them. I do a lot of things very wrong in my life. I fuck up so much. And I think I'm doing something right until afterwards people are like, oh my God, Cassie A, B, C, and D. One of the few things I very, very, very rarely get wrong is animals, especially doing rescue and rehab. I can see why you prefer cats to raise. Right. God is good. That's right. God bless. I don't know. How do you feel about?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Obviously, I create new little ones to go into the world as opposed to I would probably foster them, but no one's ever brought them to me. So, but
I get brought so many.
I at the same time, I'm really glad they don't because at that point, when it comes to fostering, I don't know how well I'd be able to let go. At least when I'm
easy.
Liar. No, because so I mean, and I do think that there is. I mean, what I love about breeding is finding the perfect owner for my babies because I know that they're going to go off. I have a number of people who message me like I just got birthday pictures of puppies back in February because one of the litters was born the 15th, the day or the 16th, the day after my birthday, and
kind of a good breeder, by the way.
And so, I mean, I got pictures of that litter, and they were so cute, and they're getting so big.
You feel so sad when you see so there's this cat Julian, and I regret every day giving him away, even though Amanda and her significant other are fantastic cat parents. I have nothing but positive things to say about them. It is not that he went to a bad home. It's that he went to a home other than mine. And
yeah, if I had the room to keep them all.
Bubs, I did want frogs. The problem is I'm afraid of the cats and dogs eating it. But anyways, so Julian was absolutely bonded to me, and I regret every day doing it. He could have stayed with me, but that's the story for another day. Someone told me we had to. And so whatchamacallit, when Julian got adopted out, I personally drove him to Rhode Island to Amanda to have him. The summer I found Bastion, a little while later, my sister-in-law, someone she knew, found a kitten near her boat on the lake and brought him to me. Gorgeous little boy. And Amanda saw this kitten and said she wanted him. And so I felt completely comfortable at that point, giving him to her. Her and her spouse drove to my house to get him.
Aw.
They were already going around. Her spouse had proposed to her at the time, and they came and they took him, and he was not happy because he had become bonded to us by that point. His name is King Tut because
Oh.
Julian was named after King Julian from Madagascar, so she wanted to keep the king theme. They look so identical. It's two cats, different generations, different areas found. It's so crazy. I personally rescued Julian. Tut was rescued by somebody else. Rough day at work. I'm sorry, Wade. And so that was the first time it was easy for me to foster out a cat. Well, that's a lie because I fostered out two cats to my brother. Both of them were one-eyed black cats. Frodo did not survive, sadly, but Voorhees, little shit that he is, he's got extra tootsies on each of his footsies, one eye, and he's got a little tail like a monkey. And that's his little meow. He's the prettiest little meow in the world. I sent them out to my brother and Willow as well. Willow is a little calico that went with Frodo. Frodo passed away, and then they got Voorhees, and he hangs out with Willow and they're best buddies. And then Sunny and Luna. If you guys have been following me, you know Sunny and Luna. They went to my husband's best friend, and Sunny was from the exact same mom as Bastion. We know because she dropped both of them in the same fucking location 8 months or 9 months apart. Some like insane. And you guys know the rest of them, Calliope and Atreyu and all. I've had so many. And so now it's just like, oh look, another kitten season. It's starting late this year. Usually it starts in March. But yeah, so all you gotta do is let people know that you know how to foster and raise puppies. Just wait. It'll happen.
I'm not ready for that yet. Today, actually, so back onto that God puts us places and things for that. I've been as I've said before, I've been taking Sydney into work with me every day. So today we're sitting at work, and this three-legged, probably a lab mix of some kind, rather smallish, comes running into the office, and of course Sydney's a puppy, so he gets excited and starts going for her, and I pull him back, and the owner finally runs in and manages to get the dog out of the office, and my mom goes out front to check things out, and a few minutes later I hear, "Hey Lindsay, bring Sydney out," and I'm like, okay. So I bring Sydney out. He's on a choke collar right now just because he's a stubborn little brat, and he's got to have that little extra to make him realize, oh, she's serious. But we go out there. He freaks out, which was good for him because he needed the practice dealing with it. But Mom was trying to see if the dog was, aggressive, because the owner was actually very concerned about it. She just adopted him or her from the reservation. So
she's a res dog.
She's a res dog. So she was very concerned about how aggressive she is. And, if it wasn't for the fact I completely trust my mom in this regard, I probably wouldn't have done it. But my mom knows how to, I got it from somewhere, obviously. So, but, the dog was totally chill, very friendly. You could tell just by her demeanor, head down, ears back, tail low, wagging. She was excited and happy to see another animal. She wanted to make friends. She wasn't aggressive. She just was excited. And she has, despite the fact she only had 3 legs, she was missing her front leg, like just below the knee.
Oh.
But despite that, she tons of strength. She was trying to drag my mom around. And
labs are muscular dogs.
Yeah. And she definitely had, I'd say some lab, and then I would say some kind of pit bull maybe in her too, but she was shorter. So
in the jar,
more in the coat texture.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I would have had to look at it longer to really dissect it, but
Yeah, because res dogs, so it's a hit or miss. I have a couple of friends who live on reservations over in Canada, and they said, res dogs tend to be dogs that the whole reservation loves on, but there are times when they're not so great dogs. And this dog has already obviously been through something because she's missing a leg. So, but I did have I put this on the screen so I wouldn't forget about it. Raven actually asked a really good question. Any tips on how to deal with a chihuahua that jumps a fence into your yard? Because it happened twice and I still don't know what to do. So,
how big's this fence?
That's a talented chihuahua to begin with.
Probably climbs more than jumps.
Right. This is clearly not your chihuahua. One, I would make it a taller fence. If I could, I would make it a taller fence, something that faces outward. A coyote roller works really good. And what a coyote roller is, and hold on, let me, because many folks don't know what it is, so let me Google that for you.
Keep the chihuahua, he's yours now.
Right. Peachy said, keep it, the chihuahua's yours now. Let me put that like. Oh my gosh. Adopt a pit bull. Let nature run its course.
Oh. It's still landmines. What other animals? Do you have other animals?
Well, here's the thing. Like, no matter what, it doesn't. Just because you have another dog doesn't necessarily mean your dog is going to be aggressive towards an interloping dog.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you guys have to realize. Like, you could have a dog like Greta who lets every dog do everything.
Then you could have a dog like Flynn, who, despite the fact he's only 5 pounds, seems to think he can pick a fight with everybody.
So, babe, can I have a coffee? Please? You want me to do my video, right? Please and thank you. Who? Aria!
No, I kind of want some coffee. Wonder if Sheep's busy.
You guys want to see me get the cat off his lap? Kitties! I know, Axel, I mean, I'm sorry. So this is a coyote roller. So if you guys see what it is, you put it on your fence and you string a metal wire across, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with one pipe in the middle and then a larger PVC pipe. And the reason why, and they even have like, really fancy ones.
Yeah, ones that'll match your fence, or you can just make it yourself. Or
yep. The PVC is the more homemade version. And the reason why these are good, and this is a great way to show you, this is what happens. The dog will jump up, because no matter what, the dog's going to get to the top of the fence.
Yep.
And once it gets to the top of the fence, it falls off because there's no grip for it. The roller's constantly rolling. And so if I was going to suggest anything to you, Raven, this, if the owner is irresponsible, so actually, this, Peachy, this goes for your question too.
Yep.
So just like how it would keep another chihuahua out, it would keep your coyote out, and it would keep puggers in. Okay. Yep. So no matter what, your dog would be safe. And only chihuahua I had knew was small and helpless. See, chihuahuas are not helpless dogs. They are hunting dogs, guys.
They can be very aggressive.
Very aggressive. That's why they have what they call small dog syndrome. It's not that it's small dog syndrome. It's that you've got a lot of hunting. They also recommend these for cats, by the way.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this. That's not going to work on my cat.
It depends on the cat. So actually, fun fact. Let me see if I can get it right. 25. This is how you keep cats out. Right here.
Or in.
Cats out or in. So if you ever notice, when you see a chain link fence, you see how it leans outwards? See that? They have done an experimentation. Cats will not jump over anything that tilts at a 45-degree angle. They don't know why. They believe it's something to do with their perception of depth. Because cats, if you notice, when they're about to jump, they do this little up and down motion. They stare back because what they believe is the cats can actually see enough the way their eyes work over the surface. Well, with the 45-degree angle, they can't see what they're going to jump into. And cats, despite what everyone thinks, they do give a fuck. They don't want to jump into unknown. So they are going to just call it off. Where they breed to be hunting dogs? Oh yes. So Chihuahuas are hunting dogs. They hunt rats and small rodents and things like that, and in some cases badgers. Yorkies, Dachshunds, Chihuahuas, Westies, Jack Russells.
Jack Russells are a mess.
Rat terriers.
Rat terriers, yeah. Basically anything with terrier in the name. Typically is a hunting dog.
Yes, badgers.
Yes, absolute badgers.
Especially dachshunds. Dachshunds go after badgers.
Dachshunds are assholes. And they're the worst to train.
Oh my God. You have to really be stubborn. You have to. And you have to be consistent. Most hunting dogs, wow, I'm learning a lot today. Peachy, I told you, anytime you want to know about animals, I got you, babe. I thought most dogs were bred to either hunt or herd. So some dogs are bred. So like if you look at Dobermans, you look at Rottweilers, you look at German Shepherds, you look at Caucasian Shepherds, you look at Anatolians, you look at Mongolian. You are looking at dogs that were bred to protect. These are dogs, corgis. Corgis are herding and protection dogs. Now, I will say this. If you own a farm, a large farm with large animals, and you don't have Anatolians, Caucasians, or in the very rare case, Mongolian Shepherds, hazelnut and caramel, one of each, please. Strong. Yes, please. If you don't have them as a group that are protecting your land, you are doing yourself a disservice. Because having a small pack of dogs that you've trained, that know what they're doing,
know each other and how to work together.
Oh, yeah. If you ever want to see one of the coolest things, just go look up poodles. Poodles are hunting dogs. Yes, they are bird dogs. That's why the cut on poodles is meant for them to swim with. It's not meant for fashion.
They're water dogs.
They're water dogs. That's why it's around their chest. It's around their butt. It's around
their joints.
Paws. It's designed to keep them afloat. That's why their fur is very fluffy and curly and wiry, because it has more aerated, so they float better with it. Which is why a doodle is a piece of shit. Same with people who have huskies as house pets. Huskies were bred to run. Greyhounds were bred to run.
Oh my God. I was in Las Vegas, and we went to this food court or food truck thing, and there were 2 people in Las Vegas with huskies. And I'm just sitting here staring, thinking, oh my God, those poor dogs.
And people get mad at me. They're like, well, you can have them. We have a Cavapoo that almost killed a rabbit. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cavaliers were bred to be lap dogs, but poodles were not.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Cavaliers and Yorkies turned into lap dogs eventually. Kind of. But that's partly because they saw the aristocracy. Huh?
It's Yorkies, Shih Tzus, Cavaliers. What were the other breeds that were like purely bred to... Papillons, I want to say.
I'm not sure on Papillons.
Are bred with little aggression, and they're designed to not bark. Maltese. Bichon?
Bichon are definitely working dogs.
I'm just trying to remember what. I still get confused with poodles being hunting dogs. Especially, Raven, if you look at a standard poodle. It's a big-ass dog.
Oh my God, yes. They're ginormous.
My Pomeranian hunted all the time. Right, because Pomeranians are originally bred down from Chihuahuas. They do have some mix as far as I remember. I had a Caucasian Shepherd during my childhood that wouldn't leave me alone after I was charged and bit by a pit bull because he is protecting you. He sees you as a weaker member of the pack. What are your thoughts on Schnauzers? I had a few in my childhood. Schnauzers are good dogs if you raise them right. They're stubborn, intelligent dogs, though. And they are hunters. They will kill small animals if you are not careful. Standard Schnauzers are huge. They are similar to poodles. Oh, she's looking at something, but I'm feeling fine. Oh, Moon, I know your pain, honey. I'm tired too.
Oh God, I understand that right now.
Do you want to know what I did today?
What'd you do?
You guys, I knew it was coming. So yesterday and today, I didn't eat a lot. I saved my calories because my boss took the whole entire company out to this Brazilian barbecue and steakhouse.
Ooh.
Now, if you guys don't know what that is, ew, get a room.
Human attention. Oh God.
Human attention. We only kiss animals on this.
Hold on.
She's like, please hold. I've got you. Is he growling?
He's growling.
Who's a bad boy?
Oh, who thinks he gets to win, huh? Who thinks he gets to win? Is that you? Is that you?
Is he a fake growler? But who's ever seen those things where they take the giant spikes of meat come over to you and they slice it off?
Fresh. Yum. Ma'am, your mom is growling. I know. He's a grumbly mop.
When I tell you guys, I just had so much meat. I was making dick jokes everywhere. It was ma'am, your mop is growling. I just realized he. Oh, look at this. Look at his pretty little eyes.
Oh.
My parents had a Bichon they ended up rehoming because he kept rolling in his own poop.
God.
That's a scent thing. I don't have any creamer. You're supposed to get me some.
Just realized that.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be having this like a plebeian. Wait, no. I have condensed milk in my Thai tea kit on the bottom of the tea marble in an orange box. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Is there a way to stop this? I mean, that's a behavioral thing. And that's typically, especially you said he was a boy. Boys like stinkier things. It could be that he was just weird. I am not educated enough. He was a scat man.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to know more information about why surrounding him. There's a possibility there was something a little off. There are dogs who are inbred to the point that they don't care where they go to the bathroom and they will sleep in it happily. That's usually a sign of something mentally wrong with your dog.
Say, he could be better. And that's quite possible. I'm not making fun of dogs. Oh, this supposedly went bad in 2022, but it's condensed milk. I mean, stop judging me. It's condensed milk. It's sugar.
Not even in a can.
So this came in a kit. Let's see, we're gonna open it up. If it smells terrible, then I won't use it. If I die, I die with honor.
At least we'll know what killed her.
And you have the video to prove it.
We do. I'm just way more paranoid about that stuff.
They did it in World War II, and the canning was way less stringent back then.
I'm really allergic to molds and stuff, so that's why I'm...
Only black mold for me.
Yeah, no, it's all of them basically for me. It's great, really.
We don't love that for you. Here, babe, come take this from me so that way we don't attract anything. Don't make me do it again, because I certainly will.
Bubbly-o.
What? Oh, but Star's Restaurant serves the legs of 5 people. It's not a lie. Thank you for the 5, Bubbly-o. But yeah, inbreeding, just like in humans, can cause
mental
moments, right?
Issues.
Mental disorders. It only seemed to happen when left. So he was bored. That's
Yeah.
what he was doing. So, like I was saying, it's a behavior. So, for instance, Greta, when she was a puppy, tried to eat poop, kitten poop. Very common in puppies. They're curious. They're going to put their mouths on things. So I spanked her when she did it.
And kitten poop smells interesting.
Right. Well, especially because the more, fun fact, guys, the more protein you feed your cats, the more delicious their poop is going to taste. And I feed my animals very high protein food. So Greta got curious. She wanted to eat some. I yelled at her. I gave her a spank. But Greta was desperate for attention all the time. So Greta learned if she went and just grabbed some poop and walked out into the living room with it in her mouth and dropped it in front of us, she would get our attention. She didn't care if it was good attention or bad attention. Greta wanted the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Penny finally came out? Okay, good. Here. Yeah, she'll stand there at the little entrance on the couch and go, bitch, just get out the fucking couch. How do we know what? How do I know that's what she was doing? Because she would just walk out like this. I mean, so she just started doing it. And so that's one of the reasons why we got Orion, because we realized no matter how much attention we would give her, no matter how much time we would play, Greta was always desperate for more attention. She would stand in the middle of the living room. This was after we would take her to the dog park, after we would play with her, roughhouse with her, cuddle with her, and we were all just doing our own thing. She'd stand in the living room and go.
Yeah, some animals just don't ever get enough attention. What the hell did you guys do down here?
I'm imagining pooped.
No, they just flipped my footrest over.
The bastards. I love animals. If for whatever reason humans can be one day hold a conversation with them, I would tell them they're nasty. They do some nasty shit, but remember, to them, we probably do some nasty shit too. A lot of the things that animals are okay with us doing is because of learned. Like, for instance, a lot of folks take for granted dogs can take direction from us. And what I mean by that is this. We can point, and a dog will understand where we are pointing to. Jesus I need Christ. You to understand that is unusual in the animal kingdom. That's not normal for them to understand what a completely different species is doing. Mm-hmm. So that's something they learned over time instinctually from being around us. Well, excuse you, we're just high maintenance.
Bubba's definitely one of those animals.
He's always hopping for attention. My dog did not learn to eat poop from me. No, dogs will naturally eat poop. However, if the action gets them a desired effect, they're not stupid.
Nope.
There are videos of dogs who will pretend to roll and get cuddles just so they can accidentally roll into your dish and steal your food and run.
Yeah. Actually, we just watched a video. There's a dog who jumped up on the couch and he's squirming around and rolling and looks like he's about to fall off, but instead he takes a bite of this piece of cake.
Golden retriever.
Yep.
That's fucking beautiful. I love that one.
And the look on his face is just, oops.
I was just like, and that's the thing, guys. A lot of folks, because they're not human and because they're not children, we think that animals are stupid. Now, just like with people, you can be very book smart and be very street dumb, or be very street smart and be very book dumb.
Sometimes you're just dumb altogether.
Some can be dumb altogether. Some can be smart altogether. Breed does help with that. But inbreeding can actually affect that very heavily. I think that should be obvious, but that's why it's really not good to breed. For my dog tactfully eyed my dog's breakfast, which was piled with everything, and found one strip of bacon he could easily swipe. Just let him know it's from the microwave. He won't want it anymore.
Are you kidding? It's a dog and bacon. He doesn't care it's from the microwave.
They don't discriminate. I do.
I do too. Actually, oh, is this that Peachy? Yeah. I heard what you did to Bacon Girl. It's wrong.
It's literally watching him like Jenga. No one was even mad, just impressed. Well, he knows what he wants. He knows what he has to get. And he's not. Matt, you notice how that motherfucker's silent as a star today? Add 2 others in, he shuts up. You have a third group, social smarts, dumb when it comes to the streets and books, but smart when it comes to people. That exactly. So it's dang it, Peachy, your bacon's been heard around the world, and
it's a crime. That's all I have to say. Yes, that is your reputation.
Hold on, I gotta make sure this is immortalized in the video. Oh my god, that's hilarious, woman. But I still love you for it.
I'm sure you're perfectly nice till it comes to bacon.
She is. And I am desperately trying to tell her that we need microwave bacon is good. Y'all just spoiled.
No, I know how to cook. There's a difference.
We just spoiled on that home cook. She does know how to cook other things, though. I love you, Peachy. You're so beautiful. I bet you look gorgeous from all your work clothes, and she always looks pretty. She always looks pretty anyway, but for sure she gets out of work. I deserve that one. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. You think anyone bites? Horror bites in a way that you're not going to realize it, because she's not doing it to be vindictive. She's not doing it to be mean. She just doesn't give a fuck. And she goes exactly first thought that pops into her mind. Boop.
And then right up my mouth, unfortunately. As my mom taught me well. If you're going to hurt somebody, don't hurt them with anything but the truth.
But no, when it comes to animals, they're gonna be nasty, but we have to remember. So, like, for instance, I had Dagoos. How Dagoos communicate and like on each other is disgusting. They piss on each other's faces, and they eat each other's poop. Yummy!
Yay!
Microwave bacon. Who taught you how to cook? Mordecai and Rigby, Harry and Lloyd. Oh, socks. He coming in. And so there's a lot of different things. So, like, for instance, I think it's the kangaroos. I'm trying to remember what animal it is, where when they're getting ready to mate, they drink the female's pee-pee. But there's a real reason why it has to be done. It's gross, but it's because they need to make sure she's actually ovulating, which I just want to pause and say, and I don't want this to get misconstrued. I will defend my bacon with honor. And that's why I love you, PG. Matt,
apparently it's giraffes.
It is. Yes, I think so. See? Whatchamacalls it? Please don't take this the wrong way, guys. Doesn't it make you a little jealous that animals can do all these things that we can't?
Very.
I'm not saying I want to be drinking someone's piss to find out if they're ovulating, but think about the fact that they can just do that on their own. We require hundreds of years of technology. We require to go out and have a device to do half the things that animals know all on their own.
To be fair, in some way, we broke ourselves in that regard. We made the stuff that we can rely on so that instead of going out and doing it ourselves, we can do it this way instead.
We bit the apple. I know. Put that gun away, Peach. I bet you holding that gun sideways like the straight gun. I don't know if you want to see. I'm gonna try, guys. This is one of Peachy's emotes. You can't see it. She's like this. It's a little gun. Humans aren't trying hard enough, right? Starship wants to drink Pete. No. Yeah, I heard apparently Bear Grylls really does that.
For survival situations, it can occasionally be useful, but I wouldn't recommend doing it for too long.
Did you hear? Now, I haven't gotten any proof of it. I looked it up. I didn't see. There are African lions loose in Texas and have been for years.
I've heard about that before.
Right. I only heard about it recently. So, pea smelling was a thing back then for finding out pregnancies. What they did was they put it on seeds. I forget what seeds and if they sprouted or whatever. Hi, Edie.
Edie.
If they sprouted a certain way, the girl's pregnant. It was very cool the way they did it. Also, crocodile dung, I want to say, was another thing they used for pregnancy tests. But anyways, yeah, Egypt was weird. But yeah, apparently, guys, so right now in Australia, they're trying to figure out if they have a wild population of panthers, black panthers. God. There's been reports for years. There's been very convincing photos and videos, but apparently everyone thinks it's just a joke. So what happened is, just like how the hippos in South America happened, someone brought them over and someone let them go. They're believing that panthers were brought over by U.S. soldiers during World War I and II as mascots for a military base. But the problem is, once he drove Wakanda forever. Shut up!
I mean, do we have to talk about geography now?
Right. Listen, Black Panther, he couldn't get into Wakanda. He had to stick to Down Under. But, so, the problem is, so a panther is nothing. What do you mean?
He said, honestly, I'm not shocked Australia lost to the emus.
Oh, right. So, the thing is, they know that a large enough amount of them has been released into the wild. It's not that far-fetched that they could have found each other and mated, and, because they're solitary animals.
Yep.
They are not going to wander in packs or wander in prides like others. Most large cats don't do that. Not gonna lie, emus are pretty mean. Them and I can see it.
Ostrich?
No. It begins with C, ends with an wari.
Cassowary?
Thank you, God Almighty, I couldn't get there. Too much. Don't really blame the Aussies. They used tanks and they still failed twice.
I still don't see how you get taken out by emus, but okay.
Listen, I'm not. So I went to an emu farm a couple weeks ago. Remember?
Yeah.
Easter. I'm not fucking with them. You go. I stood over a field of thousands of emus, and you know what I said? I don't want them. I was like, not me. You know what animals actually scares me? What? I'm curious.
The shoebill? Oh, that one's cool though. I don't think they're actually violent.
Let me see. They can be if they want to.
Well, anything can be.
True. Imagine a violent swarm of mosquitoes. Shoebill stork. I mean, I can't lie. They do look a little Monday morning angry. But have you ever seen how they treat their handlers at the zoo?
They're so
it's
cool.
Freaking precious. Look. Look at that. They go and they bow and they go pop, 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 pop. They bang their little I mean, come on. Although this, come on, that's a goofy looking bastard right there. I just love him. I think they're. Have you guys ever seen a pelican yawn?
Oh God, yes.
Tell him.
Go to jail free card for those.
What? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Now that's.
Bang out.
They literally turned their.
Watched a video not that long ago of a stork actually eating a seagull.
Look at this one. I feel like I could get demonetized for that one.
I was kind of wondering about Grace cleaning her puppy. I'm not gonna lie.
God, if we didn't get demonetized for the nipple, I think we're safe.
It's just educational. That's all.
Hey, why are pandas so lazy? Okay, is this a joke or an actual question? I'm curious.
Oh, I was actually gonna go explain it.
Wait, I want to see if it's a joke.
Okay.
If it's not a joke, then I want you to explain it because you're more adept. Let me see. While we're waiting for her to answer, there was an ostrich farm near my place when I was little, and sometimes we would bring them bread. Except one day, the bread got stuck inside the ostrich's neck. My father said, "Go, go, 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 go."
Yeah, ostrich aren't bright.
Oh my God! Actual question. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take it away.
So pandas are so lazy and mentally screwed up because of bamboo. There are a number of chemicals in there that just kind of keep them. It's kind of like the way a koala is also very chill. It's got a lot to do with the drugs in the food that they eat. Bamboo really doesn't have a lot in it, which is why they have to eat so much of it. And then when you consider the fact that these animals really only manage to breed like every few times ever, the fact that they are still alive is kind of astounding. Especially if you watch them.
The kids out of that laziness.
They're retarded. They are the retarded bear.
Well, the problem is that they were originally meat eaters, but they believe that at some point during between the Ice Age and now, there was a shortage of food where they were, so they turned to what they could, which was bamboo. And so if you look at them, pandas, while they are more like, the way they're shaped is different from other bears, is designed to sit rather than to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
They're still equipped with all the things for hunting, the teeth, the claws. That's why they know, evolutionary wise, the bamboo is a relatively new thing. That's in, we're talking in terms of thousands to millions of years.
Right.
All right, guys, put down your food. Because this is where it's going to get gross.
This is where it gets gross.
This is about koalas. So the fun fact is, koalas can't eat eucalyptus either. They aren't able to this is the only way they're able to do it is when they're babies. Their moms shit directly into their mouths over a series of weeks to put the proper gut biome into them so they can process the eucalyptus.
Mm-hmm. Koalas are also full of STDs and they're rapists. So.
I knew you guys would know, right? Thank you, Moon. See, Moon trusts us. They feel so happy. Like, Moon always, whenever we're talking regularly, whatchamacallit, Moon will be like, I love watching the Monday streams because I learned so much. Thank you, because this is why we did this, because Horror and I just, like, we have all these animal facts sitting up here and nobody wants to know.
No, for whatever reason, if you're standing out in public and someone mentions something and you bring up a random animal fact, they don't like that. I don't get it.
We go like this. Squirrel? What?
I'm sorry. Did you say something about the hamsters? Did you?
I heard you liked rats. Would you like to know about rats? Being a koala is God's punishment for someone. But the worst thing is they are actually really good parents. Like, it's crazy. Sloths are actually worse parents in some ways. So sloth babies are pretty durable. And they have been known to just fall. Like, when sloth mamas give birth, the babies are dangling out of the mama for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. On the topic of this animal, consent isn't a word in the dolphin language. Neither
That's
is
why
the
the
duck
Japanese
language.
hate dolphins.
The Japanese hate dolphin for a bunch. But the worst thing is you should not be eating dolphin in any. The mercury in dolphin alone can kill you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in the populations that do the dolphin runs, you see the mental capacity is not as elevated
Robust.
as is expected of the Asian persuasion. I've heard about this. Same, I've learned so much stuff from you guys. Oh, guys. I know we don't get a shit ton of audience, but the guys that we do get here, you guys are amazing. Koala should be the mascot of STDs. I think we should have sexual harassment koala. Sexual harassment koala.
I mean, who knows more about it other than the dolphins, maybe.
That's true. Me when someone mentions eagles, right? Everyone's got that one animal that they know. Horror and I just hear there's something about animal facts. Ooh, let's watch that special and absorb all this information and then regurgitate it later to unsuspecting people.
I'm not kidding. I passed my life science class not because I paid attention, but because I watched the Discovery Channel obsessively as a child.
There's a lot of
hey, what's that? That's a white-tailed deer. How do you know that?
It's a great question.
Well,
like, I love watching Casual Geographic, but I think what I love the most, the only one who actually catches me off guard on some things is Lindsay Nicole. But that's because she is an actual certified, she's a zoologist. She knows all these things. And so sometimes she will educate me on a few things that I don't know. But still. Ever thought about stream watching Animal Planet episodes? We already watched it all when it came out the first time as kids.
Yeah, I mean, why would I watch it again?
She means us watching it with other people. That's licensed stuff. The thing is, I don't do a lot of stuff on Twitch. I might do it on Discord sometime when I build my audience more, honey. It's a lot to do and a lot to set up. With this, it's easy to turn it on and off if something happens. Like, Horror and I do this. We squeeze this into our exceedingly busy schedules. Horror is constantly doing something. When we first decided this, I kind of had more of an open schedule. It was Horror who was really tight. And then I had to switch jobs. And suddenly it was, thank God she said Monday because I'd have been booked.
Yeah. Yeah, and thankfully Monday works perfectly.
Right.
Though my schedule's going to get busier soon.
Mm-hmm.
My schedule's going to get busier soon. I've got to start doing more stuff.
More stuff. Fair enough. This is nice enough too. Learning a lot. Listen, I'm happy you got to get here, Peachy. If you want to come on too, like if you have questions or you want to show off your pupper, we're fine with that.
It's not a bad idea sometime if we know people who want to be on and either ask us questions or show off their pets.
I think maybe as this develops, because we started this in February.
Yep.
I think on the 6-month mark we might restructure this a little bit then. Right now, we're still getting in the groove of it. Because sometimes she and I don't remember that we have a stream till like an hour before.
I'm like, fuck, it's Monday?
It happens so often. Like, even Matt was like, I'm going to make sure you work on your video. And I was like, when? He said, tonight. I said,
when?
Today. He went, oh, your stream. I went, yeah, my stream.
Yeah, no, I was going to plant plants, but then we got distracted by some other things, digging some holes, and I need to buy 4 cubic yards of dirt.
Ooh, speaking of dirt, Shovelgate might finally come to an end this week, everyone.
Ooh.
I think I'm about to buy a shovel.
Oh my God. I almost asked for your address because I was going to ship you one.
If I don't get it, I'll give you it this week.
Okay.
Send me your shovels.
Girl needs a shovel.
Huh?
That girl needs a shovel.
I need a shovel. Okay, this is the one. Her and Edie. Edie, are you still in the chat?
My first gardening tip: don't forget to water your plants. That's the number one.
Strawberries. Okay, I only know vaguely.
Strawberries are good.
You. This is all you.
Okay, so it depends on what you're going for. If these are plants you're planning to let overwinter and grow again, you want to pick the first couple buds off after they come off because that helps the plant structure, gives it more time to develop or more strength to develop itself as opposed to spending it on fruit. Basically, when you plant a plant, you want to make sure that it has plenty of time to develop itself some leaves because the leaves are where it gets its energy. After it gets some leaves, you want to give it time to produce the fruit because whenever it's producing fruit, that means it's neglecting something else to make that fruit. So, depending on where you live, I actually just got my strawberry plants, and they will be going into the ground after I get my 4 yards of dirt. I'm going to be growing onions. I just
They're
use
nice
soil.
and easy to grow.
Well, assuming these are still alive, I'm kind of 50-50 on if they're even still alive because they got here while I was gone and Mom didn't open the box right away. But she didn't know they were onions, so
Still sad.
we got tomatoes, I've got zucchini, I've got I'm gonna plant some peas and pumpkins and watermelon. Potatoes are easy. Potatoes, you get the seedling potato and you drop it in the ground. And then you cover it up and water it occasionally.
I'm having a moment I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start it with. I'm gonna show this to her in a minute because I'm gonna send it to her.
Okay.
Noodles.
No.
Exactly what it sounds like.
No.
And there's a letter.
Stop. No.
Are you ready for this though? Look. Are you ready for this? This is all the positives. This is all the good ranks they got. Feeling towards family. Openness to change. Reaction to strangers. Playfulness. Mental stimulation. Friendly to other dogs. But here's the best one. Compatible with young children.
There's so much wrong with that. For one thing, Malinois are beautiful dogs. Don't get me wrong, but they are absolutely aggressive. They are guard dogs that have to be trained really well. And then you add that with a poodle on already high strung, high energy. No. Someone's going to get bit.
I'm going to send this to you and we're going to put it up on screen.
Oh my God.
This was on. So my dog.
You want to talk about two incompatible coat types?
I have a shit ton of plants. Yeah, guys, seriously though, if you ever want to do a plant stream, I am going to plan it for Edie to be in here along with her. Because the two of them kick my ass in plant knowledge. I have very basic plant knowledge.
I'm still basic, but I'm working on it.
If there's anyone in this entire planet that I know that will know plants, it's Edie. So I will have to bribe her in some way. But I'm gonna.
I don't even want to see.
She's looking at it now. She's looking at it now. I can tell.
I don't want to see this. Why? I mean, yes, that's a very adorable face. But what the fuck?
Now you guys see. I was like, I must do this.
Oh my God! And they're only 8 weeks old, and they're homes ASAP. Oh my God! These. Oh my God.
Can you bring it? Because I don't know if it's going to let me expand it enough. I'm going to try.
I'm trying to expand it on my phone. It's not cooperating.
Yeah, it's not cooperating over here too. I'm going to try. So this was the post that, so in my Facebook group that I belong to, we shame stupid dog owners. Now, for the last few months, it's been the stretch of stretches. Like, I'm surprised half these women can even type on here, because I'm pretty sure one of their arm is in a sling from the stretching they do with the posts that they do. This is dumb. It's like, can you believe that this owner used a blue collar? Like, the dumbest
Who the fuck
shit.
cares about a collar?
They were doing shit like that. Like, they were doing the dumbest shit, and everyone was like, "This group is fucking retarded." Like, but when I saw I can't show you because I don't want to show you guys my real things. Leaking DM. Shut up. But
Yeah, you can see where we talk about the fact that we're supposed to do
we're old and we forget about shit. Starson is like aberrant when it comes to sending stuff that triggers No, see, because here's the thing, and I say they lie, but Abba and Preach tell everyone they're not friends. I say that's a lie. Because you watch the two of them dancing, singing. Sure, they get on each other's nerves, but that's just because the two of them have a lot of ego.
That's part of friendship anyway.
Huh?
If I'm not irritating someone, am I really your friend?
Right. And so it's like, whenever they say that, I mean, I see sometimes where you can see they really get on each other's nerves, and they don't hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Gardening is fun. Everyone should do it. I would love to do it. Nature hates me. At least the Carolina nature hates me. Too many things can bite, sting, kill, burn. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up those hostas. They are dying. I'm going to dig up as much of them as I can, throw them away. I hate hostas, guys. They attract so many things, and things hide underneath them, and they're great if you don't live on the property. Shags! That just means you suck. How dare, Shags? Hostas are very pretty, and they can be pretty on someone's corporate office property. They don't have to be pretty on my property.
You sound like me and hollyhocks. I hate hollyhocks with a passion.
I don't even know what a hollyhock is. I know
it's a very tall weed with flowers on it. People tell me that they're plants, but they are not plants. They are weeds that need to go.
I know how to make an entrance. How dare. Let's find out what a hollyhock is together, guys. I know the color because I got a marker in that color.
Hollyhocks are not pretty. And they've got these tiny little hairs on them that get into your skin. And if you're someone like me with a lot of contact dermatitis issues, I hate them with a passion.
Okay, I can't lie, guys. She lying. That's fucking pretty.
They need to burn. You just set them all on fire.
See, I do think these are quite beautiful. But
yeah, get a close up on those stupid ass hairs on them.
Let me see. Where's the you can see right there. You see a little something happening up in there.
Fucking evil.
I can't lie though.
And they're hard to kill.
It's so pretty. And look at all the varieties. Yeah, that's a fuzzy though. I can't lie. That's a fuzzy fuzz.
I mean, it's just like I like eating zucchini, but when I harvest them, I have to wear sleeves that are. I got these special glove sleeves that you go over your hand and come all the way up here, so that I don't get the hairs in my arms.
Do flowers on weeds serve a purpose? Yeah, pollination.
I mean, the thing that makes something not a weed is whether you want it in your yard or not. That's literally the difference. Which is why as far as I'm concerned, that the hollyhocks are a weed, because I don't want them.
That's the fun fact, guys. There's technically no such thing as a weed. If something can operate as a parasite, and that can be the closest thing to what nature would consider a weed, but even then, it is just a plant which is still a living being, operating to the best of its ability. So when it comes to it, the only reason we call them weeds is because they are easier to grow, they are hardier, and they are harder to kill, and they will choke out the non-native plants that we plant that we think are pretty. Yep. That's why I try not to, I try my very best not to plant non-native plants. And they actually have a couple of, right. They have a couple of running theories that supposedly one of the reasons why bees are having such a hard time living right now.
It's plant racism.
Plant racism. Because we have brought...
I'm racist against hollyhocks.
I'm racist against hostas, and I am not ashamed to say it. And Major of double champagne, hollyhocks are beautiful. Listen, this is what I was talking about, okay? Who the fuck knows these words? Only people like Edie know these words. Like, just they pop out. Like, she just pulled that out of her ass like nothing, the way I pull out animal facts. See, that
I'll never forget the look my vet gave me when I asked him about my cat's nictitating membrane. That was fun. Like, he didn't expect me to know what that was.
See, now hold on, because again, I have a lot of meat today. That's where that's the membrane between the.
That's that third eyelid that they have. Yeah.
Now I got 3 cats screaming in the other room. Edie with them 50-cent words, right? Look up Brunera. That's a beautiful plant. All right, fine. Only because you asked me to. Let's see.
But, you know, if you are worried, co-planting is a great idea.
What is co-planting?
Co-planting is where you you plant multiple plants that happen to get along together and benefit each other biologically. So like in my tomato bed, I actually grow chives because they help repel bugs, and the tomatoes kind of deliver stuff to them too. So between the two, it helps cut down on the bugs and everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they taste great together. Basil is another great one to grow with your tomatoes.
Edie, that's a fucking hosta.
Well, those are kind of pretty.
Edie,
I like those black and white leaves up there.
I don't care how pretty it is. That's a fucking hosta.
Companion planting, co-planting, yeah.
Spock has a third eyelid as well. Spock is a cat or Spock the Spock?
I think he means Spock. Or she, sorry.
They are not hostas. Listen, that is hosta adjacent. I ain't getting it. I don't want anything. So the reason why I don't want them, and one of the reasons I hate them, is because a lot of things hide underneath them. And here, especially in North Carolina, I've spilled on myself. I promise I'm not milking. Hasta la vista.
Honestly, Peachy, if you want to grow plants indoors, your best bet is to look into something like a hydro planter.
Yes.
Those arrow plant things are great. Well, either the towers, I have one big tower that I don't have set up currently, but it is amazing. You can grow tomatoes and zucchini. I grew zucchini off that fucker 2 years ago. It was great. But you can grow yourself like little baby tomatoes. You can grow yourself lettuces, herbs, all sorts of stuff. It's absolutely worth it. I mean, even if that's what you just want to get started in terms of planting, that's a great place to start because it helps you kind of get into the practice of maintaining a plant that really doesn't need a lot of maintenance from you.
And if it's just because you don't want to be directly in touch with nature, guys, and this is what I plan on getting for myself, there are very affordable, like exceedingly affordable. Wait, hold on. Good, I didn't make an account on here. I realized as I was clicking this, it might show my location. Didn't want that. This is all plastic and metal.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very affordable greenhouse that you can get for yourself. It's only $400, which I know seems like a lot, but when you're thinking in terms of whatchamacallit. So this one's $1,400. This one's only $600, but I think this one is hard plastic.
I'm trying to remember the name of the thing I have.
Share this tab instead. See this one right here? Look at this. This is only $600. Back Star Sun's kind of looking at this one right now. Holy shit. Because I want to get a greenhouse for myself that is like this. This is nice. And for only 6 by 12 feet, 2 vent windows, lockable hinge. It's only $5.99. This is something that you could absolutely save up for. And this would be a great way if you want to have a safer version of gardening, which this is what I want to do. I want to get raised flower beds. I want to get raised beds and grow.
Have those.
Huh?
I have raised beds.
Right. I'd get 2 raised beds and I would put it in here, and that's where I garden. See? In this one, you can see right there in the corner, they have 2 raised beds. So, like, I wouldn't do it for flowers because I'm not that kind of gardener. If I'm going to grow something, I would want to grow something that is useful. Which flowers are useful in their own way, but I would want to grow something that I was going to eat.
Well, I grow marigolds in the middle of my garden just because it attracts pollinators, and they're actually, again, good for getting rid of other animals.
Right, which is why you would leave the vent open to let them in and out. Fox, what I'm saying is it's in terms of, like, you know, affordable house, even though it's still $800 a month, affordable is $800 a month. Whereas for this one, most greenhouses start at anywhere between $2,000 to $7,000. Whereas this one may not be the greatest, but it's a great starter. I'm going to see if I can find that one. Amber Life.
I'm actually going to share this with you.
I'm going to go on Amazon right now and put that in my save list. See, because right now, Starman and I were going to go on a cruise. He had asked for it after the abysmal turnout of last year, but we decided not to. So now I'm trying to think of the money that we were going to put aside for that for something else. What you got here? Let's see.
So this is a lettuce grow area garden.
This is one of the things I was talking about. Yes, go off, babe.
This is the one I actually have. It's really great. So if you want to do it inside, you see that they have the plant lights for it. You can grow flowers, you can grow food. I will say, like, if you decide to grow zucchini or something and you're doing it inside your house, you see you can do it the small one, or I have the tall one. But if you are going to do it inside your house, you will have to hand pollinate your zucchini. And to do that, you find the male flower and you strip it out and you put it in the female flower. It's just like human sex, but flowers.
I like how you can hear her getting uncomfortable while she's describing it.
Well, I just thought about when you look at them, they really look
yes, human-like.
Yeah. They look very human. But this is what I've got. It's really great. You fill that bottom compartment, which they're not quite showing you. Hold on, let's scroll back. This right here. You fill that with the water and you check it every now and then and make sure it's filled with water. The difficult part of doing it in the house is the filling the water tank. When I first did it, it was freezing outside and it took me something like 18 trips with the water gallon jugs with milk cartons, basically, to fill it up from my sink into there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was really it's really a great place to start. And like I said, you can grow zucchini on it. If you do grow zucchini on it, put it on the bottom shelf because that will grow all the way down to the floor.
See? Oh, also, guys, I just found this. Hold on, I'm going to turn this off for a second, Har. I found another one since Fox was saying that this was what I showed was too expensive. That same brand, Amber Life, has this is the Miracle Grow version for $119, but I found on Amazon there's a mini walk-in greenhouse, 3-tier, 4 shelves, $49.99. So $50. It's only plastic and wire rim, and then they have another one's greenhouse, 4-tier mini greenhouse. It's not a walk-in, it's literally just a shelf. That one's also $49.99. So if you really want to try it out, you want to start very, very small, there is, let me see if I can get it up here. Here it is. This is not very big, but if you just want to start out, that is enough to start you out.
Yep. On
just some herbs. Very simple design, very simple get up. You would just have to secure it. It says $69.99 on here, so I think it depends on where you're located, how much it's going to cost. But this is a way where you can get into it. Now, I will ask Horror. Hold on, let me see. Share this tab. I realized that I wasn't on this one. It's right here. This is what I was talking about, guys.
Looks
For
nice.
only $50 to $70, this is super cute and a pretty good deal, honestly.
I should get one of those.
Right, look at this. I mean, that's a really good deal. The shelves come with it.
That would be great because this year I started my own seats and they were living in my bedroom.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
This is not a comfortable situation for myself because when you're starting them, they're on a heating pad and the things are filled with water and the entire room turns into a jungle because it's hot and moist.
So here's what I will tell you. If I was going to do it, it would be something like this. If I want to start off very, very small, I'm going to get that big one I told you guys about, the $600 one. Much better choice for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, build the frame however size, shape you want. I have 4 shelves for plants. I don't trust the outdoors at the moment due to the dramatic increase of wild turkeys and coyotes. Well, that's why, Peachy, I was saying that $600 one it's hard plastic. So they couldn't get into that unless you allowed them in. You get the soft plastic, is a bit of a higher chance. How much, if you don't mind me asking, Horror, that planter that you use, the tower, how much does that cost? Is it affordable or not so much?
Let me look at it again because I don't remember how much it was when I bought it.
Yeah, Peachy, just type in Amber Life mini walk-in greenhouse. You should be able to find it. Amber Life has one. They also have a smaller version of that one that it's 6 by 8 foot. That's all polycarbonate for only $400.
All right. If you get the outdoor version, it's just the shortest one and it's just outdoors is $400, and then the tallest one for just outdoors is $700, and then if you add the lights, it goes up to about it goes to $649 for the short one and $1249 for the tall one.
Like, see right here. Here's another one. This one's by Greenhouse for Outdoors. It's a really cheap one. Let me get the thing right up on there so you can see it. So that one right there is only $109. They do try to make it right. Like this is something where you can actually do this, and it's a great way to enter into it. And I highly recommend doing it. I really, really do. Like, personally, this is one of the reasons I want to do this is I want to grow mushrooms. And I have a mushroom growing kit, but I have no safe place to put any of these things. And I like having plants. I like growing my own things.
I love growing my own vegetables, especially tomatoes. I love growing my own tomatoes, and then I can them in the fall.
See, that's great. The only reason why I want to do it is because I don't eat tomatoes, but guess who does? Like, there's a lot of things that I could grow for the dogs or grow for myself and just have as that. And, like, herbs are the big one for me.
I love
having herbs. Herbs would be a big, big deal. Having vegetables or fruits in the winter time. Like, I would love to grow strawberries throughout the year, which strawberries, if you keep them in the right climate, will grow. They're in a greenhouse. They're going to keep going. And so I would love to do that. So I'd love to have a hanging strawberry thing in one of them. And for only $600, it's really not that expensive. And if Matt and I keep going the way we are, I can actually save up for something like that and not break the bank doing it.
Yes, homegrown fruits and vegetables do taste different from store-bought.
Not only that, but since I plan on getting chickens relatively soon, like, that's going to be the first thing. I'm going to get the chickens first and get their whole thing set up. I got to buy the new fence. By the way, guys, and I know I don't normally do this, my birthday is coming up. If you want to buy me something, I will set up a wish list about chickens. Just saying. Just saying.
I will say, for your plans with the greenhouse, you are probably going to need a heater.
That's fine, because I can run the pipe out or the wire out. That's not an issue. She starts on growing some magic mushrooms. FBI, open up.
I would like to grow some mushrooms.
All the mushroom growing kits are like, so there's this really cool machine you can get that's all in one, and it keeps it all properly held. It's like $700.
Yeah.
But it consistently will grow them, which is great, and it would keep them held in. But I'd rather just get the cardboard box and go put it in the fucking greenhouse.
Yeah.
I was so excited when I saw the stems grow. Almost cried when I only pulled the stem. Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't tried to grow carrots yet, so I can't tell much about those.
I want to grow my own potatoes. And the thing is, I also want to take, like, once I have the chickens, I want to get the greenhouse to give them scraps.
Yep.
So, like, currently, as you guys know, I come home from the restaurant. I come home with what we call the slot bucket. So every time, like, and we're closing down for a few weeks, right? Because we are, Wednesday, we're starting the prep for the festival this week. And then we have a week off. And so I got a shit ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. And we're talking seafood, meat, vegetables, cheeses, you name it, I tossed it out there. So the pity of it all is the most nutrient rich dirt I have on my property is about to get covered in cement pavers at some point. Because I've been throwing food on it for years for the animals.
Well, dig it out and put it aside.
I don't know. I might dig up that dirt and make it my like baby compost.
Yeah.
Because it's been cooking for years. And so I might make a composting, but buying a thing to hold your compost is expensive.
Yeah, I've thought about it. And every time I look, I'm like, ooh.
I know I have so many plans. You have no idea. But another part of it is until I buy this house, I have to be careful what I do.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah. I don't want it to be detrimental to my my friend who owns the house. I don't want anything to be going back on her. What? If you go to a feed store, ask if they have any moldy bales. Yes, I am planning on that as well. If you keep your itty bitty greenhouse in the garage, you might not need a heater. I don't have a garage.
Then you need the sunlight.
Yeah. Itty bitty greenie. Oh. Peachy. You could call it Peachy's itty bitty greenie castle. You could put a little plaque on top of it. That'd be so cute. Like, this is the shit that I enjoy, guys. Like, I very much enjoy doing all these things, which is why I'm trying my hardest to make YouTube profitable. So I can do, like, for instance, the kittens.
Yep.
So I can start doing dog, because my intention is, so that direction on the property, there's a huge open area. I want to build a dog kennel. So that way, if the local shelter is like, hey, we've got 6 dogs that are getting euthanized tonight, but I've got 12 kennels in an air-conditioned and open thing, they can just stick them in there.
Yep.
Like, that's my intention. Only problem is, I believe you have to get, well, I don't know, I'm out on farmland. Unfollow me on Twitter right now. Once I obtain itty bitty.
That's all
I'll be talking about. I will not, because I demand. I don't know what your current bills are, Peachy, but if you can cut them down, like, you'd be surprised what you can save up for. If you just, like, so for instance, I'm about to call this man all the way out.
Uh-oh.
So for years, I'd always be like, how do we run out of money so fast?
Peas are easy.
Huh?
I just said on pea pods. I'm just saying peas are easy.
I want to do snap peas. But anyways, I've been wondering how we run out of money so fast. It didn't occur to me. But I always notice when I get in the car, Starman's side of the car, I always have little snack wraps, chip bags. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Bro. You guys do not realize how quickly $8 here, $3 there turns into $80 a week.
Yep.
Now,
Well, just look at my coffee habit.
Right.
I used to buy a coffee at Starbucks every day, and that's $7 a day, 5 days a week, $35 a week. And instead, I spent I'm not gonna lie, I spent over $1,000 on a coffee maker. But
so you could have the good coffee.
I have the good coffee, and all I spend on it now is coffee beans and my creamer. So I have saved that coffee machine paid for itself in the first year.
So I bought my Keurig, and I don't always go for quality, but I go for exactly what I want. If I want something, I'm going to get that exact thing. I'm not going to get
knockoff or something close. You're going to get that one.
So Keurig had a blue Keurig, but the touchscreen blue. I could have easily gotten the non-touchscreen, but I didn't want that. I wanted the touchscreen version. So, and they don't make it anymore. You got to like dig to find it. So during the pandemic, when we were making extra money and we had paid off a bunch of bills, I was like, I'm going to buy my coffee maker. It only cost me $200. My coffee, because I get it at Walmart, it's not the strongest beans. I go get the pods at Walmart.
Mhm.
Only $3.48 for 12 packs. Okay.
Nice.
And so I now use I blame my boss for this. I used to be able to have I need you to take a breath. I need you to remember that you love me. Because this is about to be my microwave bacon moment, okay?
Oh, no.
I would take one pod. I would run it through at 10 ounces. And then the exact same pod, I'd run it through at 8 ounces. And that's how I would drink coffee. It saved money. And I still got coffee. I tried to do it the other day, you guys, to save some money. After only a few... Look at. I just... Hold on.
Yes, Peachy, when it comes to food, I absolutely fucking will bully you. I will bully all of you, every single last one of them, because you're doing it wrong.
I just wanted you to see just her shocked face. And so after I went to my job, my boss makes something called Vietnamese coffee.
Oh my God, that's so good.
So how she does it is she puts not just the powder, okay? So how we do it is this, right? So I know typically Vietnamese coffee is just the powder, right? Nay. We take the glass, we put the condensed milk in it. Then we put double shot of espresso. And then we put in the powder. And then we add enough water to combine. And I always add a little bit of honey and flavoring. After a couple of weeks of having that, I noticed that my coffee was tasting a little watered down. So I upgraded to 2 pods. And I do one round, 10 ounces. And then I do the second pod, 8 ounces. And then it still started to taste a little weak to me. So now I brew both on strong. I never used to use strong. I still use honey in my creamer. The honey is the most expensive part. I don't use sugar. I use honey because it's better for my throat and my allergies. And it's healthier overall because I'm not just getting sugar in my diet. I'm also getting the micronutrients that honey provides.
Honey has a lot of health benefits.
Exactly. So I will go to Dunkin' every once in a while. But I found that a lot of folks don't realize you think those little snacks you get while you're out, that you're driving home and you're starving and da-da-da-da-da. If you're not going to eat the food immediately and you're still going to wait till you get home, then why'd you bother getting it? Just wait till you get home and grab something cold from the fridge and just shove it in your mouth. So, those are the things. What's the controversy here?
There's a lot of controversy here. Oh my God. Between people not cooking their bacon right and someone reusing their coffee grounds.
I only did it per cup. Okay, per cup. I didn't know you could drink coffee wrong. Yes, you can do everything wrong. Now, here's the other flip side of it. Technically, it's not wrong if it's what you like, except what Peachy does.
What Peachy does is definitely wrong.
Jokes aside, technically, as long as it's what you like, yeah, fine, you can do it.
I'm still going to tell you you're wrong.
But once someone shows you the right way, 9 times out of 10, it's hard for you to get back to the old way. Yeah, no. So, for me, I was fine with watered down coffee. Bullies, I say.
Yes.
But I bully you with love. I'm trying to teach you, baby. I'm trying to teach you. And,
I mean, I'm a spoiled brat when it comes to coffee. My coffee maker grinds the beans when you hit the button. And it brews the coffee right there. I have the freshest possible coffee I can possibly get. And then all I use is just a little bit of sweet cream creamer.
Have a good night, Raven. See now.
Night, Raven.
I know because I saw on your whatever app you use, you and I use the same creamer. And I was like, oh, we have the same taste. And
you should start doing a little bit of honey though. That's actually a good idea.
Honey makes such a difference. So there is this nostalgic taste to coffee or espresso when you use the sugar, because it's what everyone uses. Once you use honey, the depth of flavor is so different. You're not going to want to go back to sugar.
Yeah, well, we were in Nevada. It's not going to, because it's from Nevada. It's not all that useful in terms of allergies and stuff. The local honey is always better for that. But I got this alfalfa honey. That is so good.
See, because alfalfa is so sweet to begin with.
I wish I could do butter pecan.
I love butter pecan coffee. I don't like the one from Walmart. It makes me sick.
I'm allergic to pecans. I can't do it. I used to love IHOP used to have that butter pecan syrup.
Oh my
I
God.
love that stuff so much, but nope, not anymore. I'm allergic to tree nuts. It sucks.
Shout
Place
out.
the toilet paper the wrong way around.
It is over, not under, and it is on the patent.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch that. I discovered flavored coffee and haven't looked back. Right. Like, I can do regular coffee once in a blue moon, but when people tell me they don't like flavored coffee, I'm like, oh, so you just don't like joy. And see, so because my uncle, right? So my uncle Gary, as a matter of fact, yesterday, my dad and I went out. We tried to go out to breakfast. It didn't work. So I ended up taking him to my restaurant. To all my coworkers looking at me going, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's Mother's Day. And I was like, I know. I just knew I had to get to work. And so I made sure my dad ate. But what I did do is get to at least join a cup of coffee with him. And he's on the phone with my Uncle Gary. And I told my Uncle Gary about the, whatchamacallit. I forgot my coffee. I'm going to have to get that from her. Sorry. ADHD moment. My boss gave me a big bag of Vietnamese coffee powder. I didn't grab it yesterday. I grabbed my salmon. I made sure I grabbed that. Forgot my coffee. Anyways.
Whatever happened to your bread pudding?
They made fun of me for it.
Oh.
The thing is, I can't believe you remember that, because guess what? So the other night, because we're going to be closed for a few weeks, so we had to bake all the bread puddings. And so my boss was like, it's going to deflate. It's going to deflate. Don't leave it like the last one. I was like, don't remind me. Because I don't get them that often, because they're made with croissants and Hawaiian rolls. So this shit isn't exactly good for your calorie intake.
No.
When I have it, I've made sure the rest of my meals were smaller, so I balance out what I'm taking in for the day.
Yep.
And it just sat there for 3 days. Because my boss didn't find out till Wednesday, because she doesn't use the oven. She found out Wednesday.
Oh my God.
She's like, you forgot it. And I'm like, you could have had it. She's like, shut up. Shut up. You can't. It's custard. You don't do that.
No. Yeah, bread pudding's not one you eat after you soft out.
No. But I did get a flan to take home today.
Yum.
Girl, if you ever visit me, I'm taking you there. We go. There's 3 places. I'm gonna take you to Hot Pot. I'm gonna take you to Korean barbecue, and we're gonna go to there with the meat on a stick.
Meat on a stick.
But we don't. Do not get. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. If you go to Brazilian barbecue or Brazilian steakhouses, don't get the fucking chicken. Just say no to it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. But oh my God, that prime rib.
Yeah, there's a place we like to go in Vegas called Via Brazil. It's one of those Brazilian meat places that, and all you can eat. I mean, it's $60 a person, but trust me, you can eat your weight in meat.
Oh my God. So I did that today. Let me tell you something. If next time you go to Vegas, go to 888 Japanese or 888 Korean. They're both barbecue places. Guys, I need to find something to demonstrate just how big. I'm not joking when I say the menu is this big.
Oh shit. That's a big ass menu.
And what it is, it's sectioned off in 3 different things. So you can get, I think it's 25, 35, and 45. We got the 35. I wanted the 45. And it's in small print. So whatever you're getting, notice all the kitten food, because this is all dry.
Yeah.
This is all kitten food when I was bottle feeding, when I was feeding them. It's all in small print. And when I tell you, guys,
make your own curry powder.
What?
Oh, they're talking about Walmart curry powder. I told them to use their own. I told them to make their own.
I know where a good curry powder is, but I think it's Indian curry. Hold on. You have to go to the Asian market, guys. I never buy there's certain things you don't buy at Walmart unless you're in the right town. It has to be the right size Walmart. It has to be one of the mega superstores. Has to have a large international section, because you can get the right shit. Like, for instance, most Walmarts have a great Hispanic section. You have to go where there's a large Indian or Japanese population.
In other words, nowhere in Montana.
Exactly. You have to go somewhere where it's like LA. You have to go to like somewhere in Miami. You have to go to a densely populated area where there's a large Asian. So San Francisco, although I wouldn't go to San Francisco, but their Walmart, I bet, is fucking popping because they're going to naturally have more. For instance, if you go to most places in Rhode Island, their Italian sections are going to be much more beefy than almost anywhere else in the country. So if you go to Massachusetts, Connecticut, Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, you're going to find very large Italian sections in most markets. Speaking of markets, did you see that Target?
Mm-mm.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a Target in baby. The Target that was all locked. Where was that? San Francisco Target is entirely locked cases. The entire store.
Yeah. The last time I was in California was basically like that.
Now, here's the fun fact. This is going to prove that everyone's wrong about the racism. I know we're not talking about animals right now, but I thought you guys find it funny. People tried to say that it was racist. They would lock up certain things in certain areas because typically they were not Caucasian persuasion items. The only reason Walmart locks up anything, they will send lock cases where they believe, where it shows it's the most stolen item.
Mm-hmm.
Well, San Francisco, everything is stolen. So they lock the entire fucking store. Like, if I don't know wherever else, but this person said they walk through and it's just, it's not racist, it's logic. Let me see if I can find
statistics.
Because it's, when I tell you guys, it's almost eerie because it's very clean looking, and you're just not used to seeing a store as this clean looking.
Yeah, that doing shit on your phone can be rough.
What, baby? No, I got it. I got it, actually. Thank you, though. I just gotta share it now. So, here's when they started locking it. So you see there's some things in the back that aren't. Let me see. So right
that
here
is just creepy.
It's just, see, now these are all, I don't know what these are. But the fact, like, these are all, yeah, Carson's. I don't know what the fuck a Carson's is. Look at this shit. That's not what I asked for.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, this is the entire section. Like, just imagine that everywhere. It's a TikTok if you look it up. And it was just weird to look at. Fun fact, at my work, we're told to keep an eye on suspicious folks who happen to be. I mean, it happens. And I will tell you, so the thefts that I have been witness to, one was by a very rich old white lady, and one was by a young black woman and her children, ages 2 to 14. She had them in their carriage and was hiding things in the carriage and having her younger children dance around to distract the associates while she hid stuff. The older woman got everything put into her car, her carriage, and then when they told her the amount, she just bolted from the store. And we knew she had money. You could see it. She had a Coach bag. She had jewelry on. But we're pretty sure
she didn't steal those too.
She, well, Coach is hard to steal. Like, you got to have some effort there. But still. Can you tell that I'm still needful?
Yep. Hey.
She
Kitty. No.
Tell him. Beat him.
I think Sheep might be irritated me because I'm pretty sure he was just chewing on his hat.
Weirdly enough,
damn
sure,
sure.
teens steal, but older white women were a surprise. I work in a notoriously wealthy city. But see, wealthy people tend to steal for different reasons. They don't steal because they want the items, or even because they can't afford them. They steal for the thrill of it. These are people who are
Hopefully, I
bored.
got it before you got it too bad.
They steal because they are bored and they like the idea of getting caught. Because I lived in a very wealthy neighborhood too. I was poor, and there are poor people in that neighborhood. But typically, what that is, yeah, klepto. Yeah, it's just kleptos. They're rich and they want an excuse to do something. What was he chewing on? Naughty boy.
I'm gonna hit you with it next time.
Mm-hmm. You can see how attractive I am when I put on my bliss sticks, guys. My one of my managers back at Walmart would go whenever she see me do it because I would do. That's what I do. I'll show you, ready? Because I got to put more on anyway. And so this is my super attractive way. And thank God Choco's not here to clip it. And Bubblito's asleep too, so it's great.
Yay!
No one's saying anything, but I go like this. So it's beautiful, as you can see.
It's a very attractive motion. Right. I can see why Starman's so.
Of course,
so attractive.
This is my mating dance. So the reason why I do that is because this whole section gets very dry for me, and I don't know why, but I touch my face a lot. And so right here gets very dry, and right here gets very dry, and then obviously my lips. So I just cover the whole section with it. If you ever have a stuffy nose and you blow your nose a lot, boom, baby, get yourself this. Shit's gonna be a savior. Nice shirt, Miss. I know. I saw that. It was so cute. I just don't think it'd be wise to blow fire around yarn. That's all.
Depends on the type of yarn.
Do you have a skincare routine?
I wash my face.
Not even a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a skincare routine.
She's way worse than I am. I literally just wash my face and moisturize.
So I didn't used to. Okay? But the thing is, I have eczema and psoriasis, and as I'm getting older, I noticed it like it's getting worse. And even though I don't care, casually puts on Sephora clothes. See, this is the mattress thing. Okay, so ready? I don't want to hear another person get mad at me about mattresses. She's about to do a me. She's about to be me. I started a skincare routine about 6 years ago. Actually, I lied earlier. When I turned 29, because I had heard from a lot of experts about people with eczema, you need to start early. Yeah. So I started washing my face twice a day, once in the morning, once at night with this. And I added this and this very recently, like in the last year. And then this. This can be caused by a few. No, honey, this is because I literally have eczema and psoriasis. Like, all right. It's about to get gross. Okay. I get very bad. I have patches everywhere. So for me, I had no choice in the matter. That's why I use the Blistex, because it's medicated and it helps wick away the dead skin that constantly builds up on me. So normally, Peachy, you would be 100% correct if I wasn't already broken. If you look, I've got right here, you can kind of see. Well, I'm actually pretty good at keeping up. People can't tell I have a skin condition because I am obsessive with my moisturizer. I only use Lush products.
North Carolina. She doesn't need a humidifier.
Right. So I did in Rhode Island, but actually I got less. So I learned that if I bathed only twice a week I didn't get any more breakouts.
Yeah.
Everyone kept telling me I had to bathe every single day. Well, my hair would get very dry and cracked and would fray easy. My scalp would bleed more often, and I would get the eczema cracks more often everywhere. And I would get patches like right here and right here. And so I learned if I only bathe twice a week, which everyone's like, oh, white people like to be dirty. The only smell you get on me is when I smell like my animals because I'm sleeping on the couch with them. And I've actually been told that it never happened until the pandemic. And then obviously after I started staying home more often, and I'd lay with the animals for hours a day instead of just an hour. So that started happening. You do a great job of treating it for sure. I didn't know you had issues. Right. That can help. Also, I'd recommend brief hydrating sleep mask. I also, again, that's another reason why I drink so much water, because my skin, like, so physically, and I guarantee Peachy has heard this. I guarantee she's heard this. My skin gets so dry that the moment you put lotion on it, I physically feel the release of tension. Like, my skin will feel so much pain, and I'll be like, babe, I need you. You guys see? That's my other foster cat. This is Athena. Athena! Athena! Hey! Hey! Come here, baby.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, we have a lot of the same issues, her and I.
Meet Athena, everybody.
Oh, hello, baby.
Athena has a little bit more reactivity, and sometimes she will bite and claw my face because she was raised in a house of 5 kids who did not understand boundaries. So sometimes I can't do this. I get away with it. As you can see.
And you guys keep both your eyes.
Right. She's very vocal.
Oh.
Yeah. So more than likely she's staying too, guys. So Star Song's just, fuck it. I mean, Athena's not a young cat either. So the thing is, a lot of my cats are turning 10. So there is going to be probably a lot less cats.
A little bit of a turnover.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a turnover in a few years. And I am not going to be okay, but literally a bunch of my cats turned 10 this year. I didn't realize it. It was Axel, Hendrix, Daisy, and Aria all turned 10. Zoro's turning 14. Next year, Nova turns 10. Then the year after that, it's Penny turns 10. Like, all of them are getting up in age. So there's going to be a very soon exodus in a few years, knock on wood, unless I can keep them healthy. She is from 20... Athena, when were you born? 2017 she was born. So in a few years, she's going to be 10. So none of my animals are young. So that's why I'm not so upset that I'm getting kittens right now and last year, because I do know that the reason why I am very into getting the next generation while I've got the old generation is because a lot of the training, this is with cats and dogs, a lot of the training that you do, you don't have to do as hard if they watch the older generation do it.
Yep.
Which is really great. I always add some salt with my water along with other stuff. However, I work constantly on say, because you need the electrolytes.
I actually put a little bit of orange juice.
Ooh, don't go dying on us now, girl.
Excuse me, in my water, because the little bit of the little bit of calories when you drink actually helps keep your body motivated, from what I was taught.
It can be especially if you move a lot and you sweat a lot. I personally, do really well so as long as I eat in the morning, okay, I have a high protein in the morning and I have a little snack in the afternoon. I usually can make it through any large amount of labor to eat at night.
Yeah.
And I'll usually try to have something high protein at night. Now, the thing is, normally my job is giving me fried chicken. It's fried chicken that's not highly processed. We literally just lightly season it. We just put a quick coat of bread and it's
pop it in the fry. Yeah.
So I've looked it up. Each time I have that, it's 280 calories. So that's not the end of the world. Okay. So that's why I know that roughly I'm having between 400 and 600 calories at dinner at night.
It's not
but
bad.
it's 2 leg quarters when I do that.
Mhm.
So but that's all I have.
Right.
So that's what I try to calculate out during the day when I'm doing, again, because I'm trying to stick to the 1,200 calories. But now that I'm sweating more, I'm trying to increase it to 1,800 because I don't want to do too much. But I think I'm gonna
Right.
have to balance that out again. I Googled all this. I just bought a scale, as a matter of fact. Excuse me, Athena's playing at my feet, and I don't want to because this is her second night out of the crate ever, guys. Her entire time being here, she's had to stay in the crate because I did not want her to bond my cats. Well, now that I've gotten new information, I'm like, I don't care. Let's just do it. But anyways, so I'm gonna sit pretty still right now. But anyways, like I was saying, I bought a food scale,
Very useful
$11.99.
thing.
Yeah, $11.99 on Amazon, not bad. And so I'm trying to make sure that now that I'm genuinely getting into the weight loss muscle gain stage. I love hearing that you're progressing further towards your goal. Right now my goal is that I, like, today in the car, because we all carpooled in the van, they all said, like, they can see it, that I'm moving so much better now. Like, last year, so a year ago I met my boss. Back then we were just exchange of goods. She would feed me some food and I would do social media posts for her. And then I became, obviously this year, an employee. When I met her last year, guys, I'm ashamed to say it, I couldn't walk. I'm trying to think how close. She wanted to take me to a restaurant right near the restaurant we work at.
Yeah.
It was less than 20 yards, if that. I barely made it, guys. Like, I was going uphill on top of it, and she's very fast. She's like Speedy Gonzalez. And I was like, you need to slow down. And it was like 87 degrees. It was on top of it. And I just I had not needed to move. And I was not doing the exercise regimen yet because at the time I was still reworking my eating habits, plain and simple. Like, as everyone knew, I was working down to making sure I wasn't getting any more fast food. I was trying to cook again, all these different things. So from just a year ago, I couldn't walk 20 yards. I can now walk 3 blocks.
Nice.
And I didn't even need to sit.
Nice.
Like, it's getting there, guys. So yeah, it's slow.
It is.
It's absolutely slow. But I'm doing better than I did before. And that makes me happy, and that I have other people witnessing it and seeing it and saying it. And Hara's got her mom right there, and she's got Sheep right there. And I know the two of you and your mom are working hard together, aren't you?
Well, I wouldn't say mom's working hard. She kind of ends up working hard because I'm the one who cooks. So whatever I make is what she gets. Unless she decides to cook something else, but that's an entirely different issue.
You guys want to get a really good idea of how to monitor? Horror posts her recipes, all her ingredients, the caloric intake. She does a really good job of posting that. She's better than me at that, but that's because, like I said, it's okay if Horror does it because it is about her and I want it to be about her. I don't post mine because I do not want my channel to become about me when it comes to weight loss. I feel like it would be really bad if that happened because then my initial, I feel like my message would get lost in people worrying about me.
Your health.
Yeah.
Well, and it doesn't hurt to
I share once
people.
in a while.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I'm not doing that for anybody else. The reason, because I was talking to mom and she's like, yeah, I was really surprised you were doing that. And the reason I'm doing it is honestly because I've been trying to lose weight for a really long time, like my early 30s. To go through the entire story is I married my ex-husband. He was an asshole. I started dieting. I started Weight Watchers while I was with him, and I lost 50 pounds. And he looked at me and said, "You're not doing it right." And that was a really difficult time to deal with. I mean, of course, shortly after that, we started trying to do marriage counseling. And then I decided, fuck this. This isn't working. I'm gone. Because when I reached that point, that's it. You're not talking me out of it. You're not getting me back. I'm done. So I left, go through a whole bunch of other issues, talked to my, saw a therapist for a little bit, started trying to get healthy again, but my luck is bad. So for example, the first time I started going to the gym, shortly after I was coming out of the gym to get in my car and slipped on ice and hurt my knee.
Oh, I've been there.
So there was that one. Another time I was going to go to literally, it's like every time I'm going to go to the gym, I'm leaving the house to go to the gym. I tripped down the stairs and pulled my Achilles tendon. So you get over that. And, every time it does that, it stops me and I'm, stuck for a while. The most recent time was just 2 or 3 years ago. I was watching my friend's daughter as her daycare, basically. And it was a rare day off. And me and my mother had been going to the gym for a couple months. We were seeing this fitness coach who was helping us do a bunch of things. I was leaving the house to try to do the fitness thing he had set up for me. I stepped off the sidewalk to step towards my car, slipped, and my foot went under me and I tore 3 ligaments in my right ankle. The fun part of that was I then sat in the gutter for about 20 minutes because it hurt too much to get up and it was about 30 degrees out. So thankfully the neighbor came out and helped me up on my feet. And I was able to sit in my car to call my mother to get her to take me to the ER.
I have done
Huh?
I did that with my left foot in 2010.
Oh no.
I still got the stress veins and the swelling from it. It has never fully gone down.
I wish I could. I've got more. So we get to the ER. The doctor X-rays my foot, and they don't think it's torn. They think it's just a sprain. So they give me a walking boot, and I go home, and I, kind of deal with it for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, it's still not better. It's still hurting real bad to get up and walk around. He sends me to the podiatrist. The podiatrist looks at it, X-rays it again. Oh, it's no big deal. They give me a brace to put on my ankle and send me to physical therapy. So I go to physical therapy for 3 months with the ankle. And, I'm wearing the brace everywhere. Go to Vegas, walk probably a good mile on that foot. When I say walk, it's more of a limp. But then I get to... My mother sees this amazing guy up in Helena. He does guided injections into various places. He uses, ultrasound machine so he can see exactly where the injection needs to go.
That's good.
And so he did an X-ray on my foot and he used the ultrasound. At that point, I found out I had 1 ligament that was barely hanging on by a thread. I had the other 2 were just barely better than that. And I had been going to physical therapy on that ankle. I'd been walking on that ankle. I'd been trying my best to live my life on that ankle. And it was hurting, to say the least. So I ended up having to, for 3 months, I had to buy one of those knee scooters to be able to get around. Because
it's a little thing where you on the handles and you literally kneel on it with the bad foot and then you kind of
push
go
your other
vroom, vroom.
You push yourself with the other foot. And it's, that's fun to try to get around on. Your one leg gets really tired.
So,
but
what happened
next? Because he is the type of doctor he is, and I thank God because he's helped me with I have plantar fasciitis in my feet. He's helped me with that. He's helped me with arthritis in my foot as well. But he suggested to do a whole blood injection. What they do is they take your blood out of your body, spin it around, and then re-inject it in your foot. And what this does is the whole blood actually helps encourage healing. And then I had to be off of it for even longer. But, after that, after I was finally getting to the point where he's like, it's okay to start walking on it again, it felt so much better. I mean, without that, I really do think that I probably would be totally fucked up and unable to walk.
And see, so I know exactly how your right ankle felt. Because that's as soon as you said you got out, did I tell you about how I busted up my left ankle in 20? So I was taking in the groceries. So every time I've hurt myself, it's been on flip-flops. Every single time. I was taking in the groceries, and it's about 30 or 40 feet in my childhood home from where we parked the cars to where the doorway is. Very long drive. Very long walkway. And hold on, let me double check on something. Have a good night, Desert Jack. We love you. Thank God the Sasquatch didn't get you tonight. Just want to put that up because Peachy has been praising you. Everyone's been praising you in the chat for how amazing and strong you are.
I appreciate that. I just don't know how to accept it. I'm very bad at compliments.
Well, that's why we keep showering her for guys. Keep showering her with love and affection and how gorgeous she is and how amazing and strong she is. Just keep doing it. But anyway, so hi, Athena. Can you calm down? Come here. Come here. I know, life's hard. So weird. Do you see how angry she is?
Like, hey, put me down.
What is that? Go ahead. There you go. There's a good girl. So anyways. So yeah, you can still, I wonder, because I'm a little sore. Let's see if I can get it up and show you. So if you look on my ankle, you can still see the starburst of where the hit happened. So let's see. Right there. You can see the starburst of veins, and it went all up here. And so from what happened was I was walking, it was rain, and we had just gotten the whole entire yard landscaped about 2 months prior. And it was a 4-inch divot around my mother's azalea. And I went to go around the car. I think I was getting paper towels. I just remember jugs falling everywhere. Well, I still hate thinking about it. The flip-flop slid, and my foot went sideways. And this was my leg, and my foot went like this.
Yeah, what happened. Yeah.
I weighed 260 pounds, and all of it landed straight on my ankle. And so you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I tell you guys, I couldn't physically say words. It was so painful. And the thing is, I lived on a main road. Okay. So we have motorcycles and trucks and cars. And everyone knows I'm not exactly quiet. I was just screaming. and I'm punching the grass. I'm slapping because nobody could hear me. Matt, my brother, my dad, everyone's in the house getting the groceries. Because whenever we would buy groceries, this was not a couple of bags. We would fill the backseat. We'd fill the trunk. Every nook and cranny, it'd be mounded. We would just buy tons of groceries. And groceries for us was everything from cleaning supplies to pets, everything. I still do that today. So Athena's just sitting here all happy. I'm going to take a picture and put it up on the Discord for you guys. Yay. She is very happy. She spent a year in that crate almost, guys, so she is thrilled.
I'm sure she is.
Hi, gorgeous. Anyways, so when they finally found me, I still couldn't. I was going, I was just pointing at my ankle, and I was on one of the little roller boots. So I went immediately to where, because this is 2010, and I was on a sliding scale because I was unemployed. So I went to a place called Thunder Mist in Rhode Island, which was an all-inclusive, it was everything. Everything you could do, dentistry, optician, primary doctor, OBGYN, everything was there. So I went, and they checked. He said, "It is a miracle you didn't break your ankle. He said, you have extremely strong bones. He said, but you busted everything else. So they told me I had to stay off of it. I had to lie to a job that I hadn't hurt my ankle. And I went in high heels to the interview. I'm stupid. And when I got out of the interview, I actually collapsed. And then when it healed, I still collapsed, which is part of the reason why I stopped wearing high heels. I can do it now as long as they're like wedges or they're completely like encased, or I could before I gained more weight. Now it's kind of hard right now. I'm getting back into it.
I won't wear heels.
The two other times I truly hurt myself was when I turned 19 on my 19th birthday. I was walking down the wooden slide, walking down the wooden roller coaster. My child, what are you doing? I don't know if anyone saw her. She's like looking at the camera.
Yeah, no, I can't see her.
So anyways, so it was rainy that day. Again, rain always gets me. And my foot slid. My left foot went forward and my right knee slammed right down on the wooden walkway. And I cracked something. There's a floating piece of something about that big in my knee. Okay? And it's been there for almost 2 decades now. When I turn 39, it'll be 20 years it's been sitting in there. That was the first hit that started hurting my knees. I hit it again in late 2015. I was walking at a Waffle House with my best friend. I fell on my knee, but it wasn't as hard, and I rolled across the parking lot. But the 2016 hit was the worst. I was again in flip-flops. The only time I didn't have flip-flops on was when I rolled. That was when I was in Crocs. But they weren't those Crocs. They were the flat Crocs. They were cute. I was walking to my best friend's house, and because I was going from my apartment to hers because we were in the same apartment complex. And I was walking, and it was like, I'll never forget this because she guilted me into walking. She was like, you can walk it. And it was 90-something degrees, and I did not want to walk. I was like, I hate walking in the heat. She's like, don't be lazy. Just do it. Don't drive over. My knees would be fine if I had just driven over. I would not have half the problems I have if I had just driven over. Anyway.
It's usually how it goes.
So I was walking, and I got to right before her house. And in between, there's patches of grass, and where those patches of grass were hi Athena, were whatchamacallit, were speed bumps. And I thought I lifted my foot enough above the speed bump, but I was trudging. It was hot. The very front of my flip-flop caught on the speed bump. It rolled on my foot because these flip-flops are very soft and comfy. And it rolled under my foot, and I started to fall. I went to roll into the grass, but there was a giant pile of dog shit there. Hindsight 2020, I should have taken the dog shit.
Yeah.
But I did not want to take the dog shit. So I didn't know where to fall. I was trying to find something, and it was I didn't think quick enough, and I fell straight down on the same knee I had cracked something in. And at the time, I weighed 350. It was an extra 100 pounds. My knee has been crunching ever since. And when I tried to heal from that, I then caused arthritis in my other knee because of overcompensating in the other one. And so, yes, you see Athena, who she's definitely bonded to me since she's been here because she's had nothing else. And I was always the one letting her out. You good girl? What are you doing? Yeah. She's a neurotic piece of shit, but I like her. But anyways, yeah, so that's what really started me off, guys, on where I'm at now, because I showed you photos of me in 2015. You guys saw that even though I weighed roughly the same that I do now, I was a lot more muscular. I was a lot healthier. And I've shared them on my YouTube stories. I've shared them on my Instagram stories. So you guys have seen it. I had to start walking slower. And even in 2018, I could still walk because I walked the whole Vegas Strip. I walked all around, and that was in April during the day. It was still fucking hot. I still managed to do it. She is adorable. Athena's a very cute cat. She's just psychotic. But
Aren't
that's
most cats.
most cats. She is a very typical calico in a lot of ways. And the problem is, even though their mother and I tried to tell the kids not to get up in her face, that's her nuzzling the microphone right now. They didn't listen. And they would get right up on her. So much so that when your face gets close to Athena, before it was every time she would bite and scratch you and hiss. And she's bitten and scratched me a couple of times because I trained all my cats to be used to it, but in a healthy way, not in a forceful way. And so with her, she's gotten kind of used to it, huh, baby? But there's days when she flips that switch, and like I'll show you. See, it's starting to turn into a growl. Because right now she's uncomfortable because this is very new for her. Being out here, she chose to come close to me because I'm the only comfort she knows. So she's a lot like Penny in that sense. Thankfully, she's not violent. She's more of a stay back rather than I'm coming to get you kind of cat. She would much rather be left alone than anything else. But yeah, so my injuries, all the injuries that I've accrued, tend to be from me just walking. So you see, walking's bad, kids. Don't walk.
Walking's evil. I don't care what anybody says. It's not good for you. Every time I've been hurting, I've been on my feet, or hurt, I've been on my feet. So I should just sit on my ass for the rest of my life.
Right. And see, that was the problem. Like, pain got so bad. And I do not want to ask for Vicodins or anything, which would be, honestly, if I went for higher painkillers, I could probably do a lot more, guys. But I actually, I don't know if it's stubbornness. I don't know if it is trying to train myself. I will willingly sit in pain or do things with a lot of pain when I maybe shouldn't, because it's kind of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, I'm learning to build up the resilience, but on the other hand, I'm in so much pain. I will say this, my recovery time is getting smaller. So before, because I think most of you know, you've seen the shorts I did where I started in the summer. I was like, I need to start walking because I knew I was going to Vegas. So in last May, June, I started making Starman take me for walks. Well, now, because of the way I work and because of the hours, I can't do that anymore. So instead, I try to just make sure that I'm always doing something at work. So it's 4 hours of me washing dishes, helping cook. And now that it's getting really hot in the kitchen, I'm sweating more. So it's good. It's exhausting. I worked from 11 to 7:30 yesterday because we did a deep clean because of the upcoming festival.
Yep.
It was painful. Meanwhile, in my corner, okay, Fuzz Bucket, you're gonna live here and you need to accept that I will hug you unprovoked. Accept my love. With Athena, I don't want her. The problem is with some cats, like abused cats, or just cats that feel they've been abused. Even if I don't want to say my nieces and nephews abused the cat, but they definitely damaged her. Like,
they didn't work with her personality.
Yes, they didn't work with her person. I used to be able to do all that stuff with her because I helped raise her. The first 6 months of her life, back when I had the Wall of Humanity, she lived with me. And I could do whatever I wanted to with Athena. I've got photos of me doing whatever I wanted to her. But recovery time is shorter. That's what he said. Shut up. I hate you, Edie. So it used to be that it would take me like 3 or 4 weeks to recover from pushing myself. Now it might take me a day or less. And so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so it's a step.
No, it's just like with me dealing with the fibromyalgia on top of it. I don't have, I have times where it's like, is this pain fibro or is this pain because I pushed myself too hard? Because if it's fibro, then I don't want to push myself more because I will only make it worse. That's not something that goes away and you can push through it. It literally just gets to the point that you are unable to get out of bed. Whereas,
worry about that, because my mom had fibro.
Yeah.
I don't know. because hers got triggered due to stress. I've had a lot of traumatic stress things happen. And what? Oh,
I will say it's really easy to have fibromyalgia and not know.
Right.
The only reason I found out was because I had my first serious flare when I was about 35, and I was seeing a doctor who really actually cared. So he was able to immediately determine there was something not right with how I was. He immediately sent me to a rheumatologist for evaluation because he was actually afraid it was lupus. But no, it wasn't lupus. It's just fibromyalgia. They're actually really closely. They identify each other.
Right.
Yeah, they're both autoimmune. They're both chronic pain syndromes in many ways. And there are a lot of conditions, comorbidities is the way to put it, that come with them as well. A lot of things that when you have, it's fibromyalgia syndrome, because when you have it, it's not just a thing, it's a bunch of things.
Right.
So having it is a pain in the ass. And it's one of those things that's very difficult to get diagnosed. If you are not with a doctor who believes you when you are talking about your pain, with a rheumatologist who actually understands the condition and what he's looking for, it can take people decades to be diagnosed, and they're suffering the entire time because nobody knows how to treat them. Worse, it's so highly individualized that there is no way to just say, if you have XYZ, then yes, you have this. You have to be individually. Yes, she has gorgeous eyebrows. I'm very jealous. Look at mine. They're all thin.
I plucked them like super hard the other day because I did like my old school plucking routine, and Edie knew how hard it was for me to get back into that. So thank you.
Aww.
But whatchamacallit? No, my mom, doctors literally told her she was making it up. Yep. And my mom would be in so much pain that I couldn't go like that to her some days. Like, I would leave and say goodbye to her. I go to give her a hug. And I'm sorry, guys. Athena's going into full, like, I'm enjoying the pets mode. So shit's getting fucked up around here. I know you see the microphone and the camera swaying. It's because she's having a ball right now. And I don't want to take it away from her. So I'm letting it go. But she is making a mess over here. She's shooting markers and everything else. I'm trying to. She nearly knocked over my water. I'm just trying to get everything out of the way. Happy tail. What, baby? Okay, the hand's coming back. I know. I'm coming. But anyways, she would tell doctors, like, I get panic attacks, I get this, I get that, and hi, Christian. And no matter what she would tell them, they'd just be like, well, Mrs. You're making it, you're this, you're that, you're the other. So like with Starman, I believe that a lot of his pain stems from anxiety. Now that doesn't mean you're making it up. It means your body is having an autoimmune response that causes inflammation and pain, just the same way as some just the way as some cats, when they will react. It's actually a very similar situation. So sometimes you're the cat who out of nowhere you're petting it will turn around and snap at you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just talking like a play bite. We're talking like it will hiss, it will spit, it will growl. And that's because its immune system and its nervous system will tell it that this overstimulation is now attacked. They're now in pain. And that is something that happens fairly often, especially to cats who have had like a flea infestation, because their nerves are already shot from getting bitten so many times. Fairly common, especially in stray cats or rescue cats, or in my case, just my cats when a flea. Matt, check on Penny. She might need water. That's why she might be screaming at the on the fridge. Well, then she's just a bitch. I don't know if you guys can see her.
Oh.
She hears Penny and Matt. What? I know. Oh God, child. But anyways, so the thing is, your body can create those exact same responses. And so you have to be careful with yourself, and you have to pay attention, because if you allow anxiety to take over, or if you have such severe anxiety that it does take over, then you have to learn self-soothing techniques. You have to go to therapy about it, identify what makes it happen. I'm so sorry for the cat butthole.
It's an animal show.
So, it's the
I was
animal
showing
show.
a dog penis earlier, so
That's true. But it's child. But it's puppies, so we don't really
Puppy
care
penis.
as much. I know. I see your primordial pouch. I see it. Fun fact, guys, that saggy pouch below between a cat's legs, it's in males and females. It's called the primordial pouch. And yes, it can happen in formerly overweight cats, like in the case of Athena, but it also can it's natural, and it comes from some cats who were more wild bred, because the primordial pouch, you'll see it in tigers and most large cats as well. And it's designed to protect their innards from a fight. My cat never screams at me. He can barely meow these days since he's missing a lot of his teeth. That's right, Christian. You said your cat is elderly as well, right?
poor kitty.
Yeah. All my cats scream. And Athena, for fuck's sake. More things are being taken out by her tail. I know you never get this much time out of the crate. But yeah, so that's why your body does some pretty incredible things when you're scared or in pain. So just learn to pay attention to that, guys. He's 16. Oh. Yeah, and when Christian came to my house, he was in love with all my animals, and he enabled all of them. Okay.
That's the problem with visitors. They never make your animals do the same things you make them do.
Christian, like Orion was jumping up and being all fresh, and I'm like, Christian, don't let him do that. And Christian's like, oh, it's fine. I was like, I will kill you.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like taking Sydney into work. People come in the office and he wants to jump on their legs, like, oh no, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not. Because I don't know when someone's going to be walking in and they happen to be one of those weirdos afraid of dogs, no matter what the size.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I heavily judge anybody who sees a Chihuahua and gets as scared as if they saw an Irish Wolfhound. I'm sorry.
Right?
I don't care what irrational fear. Even at my most fearful of spiders, I could understand that the teeny tiny spider that's in my dashboard or on the wall is not the same as a fucking tarantula. Like, come on, people.
Heck, I understand a tarantula is not the same thing as a black widow. So
It is not. Their taxonomy is very different. Star Sun saying, right, like there's levels, people. There are levels.
yeah, so I don't want him to think it's okay if he runs out and greets everybody by jumping on their legs, because the last thing I need is him freaking somebody out, because yeah, he's 12 pounds.
Again,
what's he gonna do? Take out your knee?
I'll never forget. I was sitting in the gas station, the tire place, and Orion's just sitting there being a very good boy. And this just big old black dude walks in, sees him, and goes and just runs. I'm like, don't be a little bitch. Like, I get it, he's a little big, but my god, you're acting like he just launched at your throat. Graham loves meeting people coming into the house. Charles, on the other hand, is afraid of people. He's forever hiding. Most of my cats hide. Only a couple of them come out. Axel is one of the main ones who will come out. I don't know if Sinbad will be a house guest greeter. He is pretty curious, so we'll see. Athena and Penny, Daisy, Nova, hiders. Aria on some days, okay with it. But, ooh, it's almost 1 a.m. I didn't realize it got that late. However, I went to the house with the breeder of my wolfhound. Didn't know he had them at the time. I got hyped, right? Like, I went, is Axel as old as my cat? No. So the only one closest to your cat's age is Zorro. Zorro's 14 this year. What? You recognize him. You used to play with him through the crate. Sinbad is right over here getting water. And she's like she's all like, who is that? He loses his composure if he says Maine Coon. Who? Aren't you handsome?
He saw a Maine Coon?
Really? Why would they lose their composure? Maybe he got attacked by a Maine Coon. Maine Coons are pretty big, and I see. So, someday, obviously, especially not right now, when I am overrun, I haven't even taken the time to count how many cats are in my house right now. I don't even want to think about it. But someday, I want a full-size Maine Coon. I'm going to put it on a harness. I'm going to walk it like a dog-sized Maine Coon. I want big-ass 40-pound cat. That's what I want. You was impressed I knew what they were, and more zero fear. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to buy a sugar glider when I was younger, very much so. And I was very close to getting one. When I went to the sugar glider breeder's house, she had this monster, and I mean monster, Doberman. His name was Cobra. Okay.
Oh, wow.
This dog was massive. I am 5'2". He sat and put his head right here, and his nose was on my chin. He was sitting in front of me. I was not sitting down. This was a huge dog. He was the sweetest creature I'd ever met. He just wanted me to love on him. Like, he walked right up to me and just pressed his entire front against me, and his head was right here. And I remember when that happened, I decided then I wanted a Doberman. And so now with Orion, I do that with him. He is a little too excitable, though, so I'll take him and I'll put him right here between my boobs, and I'll be like, who's mama's baby? But he's too busy trying to lick the inside of my tonsils, so it's very difficult to get him to stop. All right, you're reading something. What are you reading?
Okay, so you were talking about Maine Coons and stuff. So a long time ago, the last cat I had, he was a ginormous black cat. I mean, we're talking when we took him in at 6 months, he was 26 pounds. And he wasn't fat. He was just a big muscle cat.
Either Norwegian or Maine Coon.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking up. And honestly, looking at them, I think he was probably a mix between Maine Coon and short hair. Or sorry, the Norwegian one. And a short hair, because he didn't have the fluffy fur, but he had the size. He was much shorter furred.
He's a little scrounger. He goes and he looks for all the food that nobody ate.
But
kind of funny. But
he also kind of looked like a Turkish Angora.
Angoras are big, but why aren't you turning back the way I want you to? You know, I shouldn't have turned that camera towards her, because now I can't figure out. Don't you touch that. No. That's not a toy. No. Athena, leave it alone. She's much more playful than she seems. Like, she gets wicked excited when she thinks I'm pulling out a string toy. It's hilarious. No, Athena. Let's see. I just did a quick Google search, and dang, they are huge. Right. Maine Coons are awesome. Yes, and they can be very long living if you take care of them right.
He was 18 years old.
Right. As most cats are. Just give them a carnivore diet, please, for the love of God, people. Just feed them fucking meat.
Although we were going to watch that person, weren't we?
Oh my God. All right, how about this? Let me go find the video. And we'll end out tonight mocking her.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a good idea. You chat with the kids while I find it.
I'm just looking at these cats again real quick. But yeah, he could have been almost a cross between a Norwegian forest cat and a Turkish Angora, because I'll be honest, he has the same eyes. He never had those yellow eyes. The neat thing about him is they color changed. They would go from kind of a icy blue to a silvery, and occasionally yellow, but not very often. But yeah. I really loved that cat. He was an absolute asshole, though. He had this habit of running up the back of people's legs and biting them on the ass.
Lord almighty.
And if you left him in the bathroom when you went to take a shower, and you weren't smart enough to get in the shower from the other end because he'd sit on top of the toilet, he'd bite you on the ass on the way into the shower.
So Axel, when he was when he first came with me, he would get very upset when I would go to the shower And I have a video of him from back in the day screaming. And I was like, well, thank God. I forgot the other day I thought about it. I was like, well, thank God he's out of that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Guess what? He started back up again. I don't know why. I might have no music playing. I might have said, no. Are you happy, young lady? She's just sitting here interrupting everything. All right, I found the video.
Oh, goody.
Gird your loins, children. So that vegan teacher has a message for all of us.
It's not a good one.
Did you hear Starman? Oh, God.
Yeah, I heard that from here.
Most of you won't like what I am about to talk about.
Obvious statement is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You'll think that it's a bit over the top.
It is.
That's true.
You'll think that it's a bit crazy.
It is.
Definitely.
And you'll probably be angry also. But
Angry's not the
take
right
a
word.
moment, try to open your mind,
No.
and
No,
just
thanks.
stick with me for a sec.
I wish to be bigoted.
We take care of cats, right?
Where do all these vegans look like vampires?
I-
Because the only way they live is by sucking the life force enjoyment out of everybody else.
Exactly. And the thing is, oh, you did. I didn't even see it. See, this is I need you all to prepare yourselves. Understand? I need you all of you to prepare yourselves. We're about to get very much taken to school. About to get educated. She looks like Miss Fowl. Don't do Miss Fowl like that. Miss Fowl was at least attractive.
Was she at least slightly less crazy?
She clucked like a chicken. Jimmy Neutron. So
You kids in these newfangled cartoons.
this thing was back when you and I were kids, lady.
I never saw Jimmy Neutron.
Oh my gosh.
And I had the chance.
I had two.
Also, look, the kitten lady did a video on this, and I'm really hoping that when I watch it at some point, I don't get angry at her.
Them several years ago. They were my first animal companions when I became a registered nurse. And I love them dearly. But since then, I've become vegan, and I've come to see things a little bit differently. Don't get me wrong. I still find them absolutely gorgeous and cute. They're so soft, and I like to be surrounded by them.
All right, so she's building us up, guys. She's building us up. Who's ready? Also, if you're wondering why I'm pausing this, it's just so that way, in case anyone comes after us. That why, thank you. I can do some things pretty well. Oh, what was I clicked on one. That sounds very creepy out of context, right? They're so soft and cute, and I love to be surrounded by them. Thank you. We needed that image. Imagine how these vegans' heads explode when they find out animals are used in refinement. There's a lot of things vegans don't realize are not vegan.
Yep.
Continue.
But the truth is that cats have no place in our homes or in our lives at all.
Bullshit.
They have been bred into existence and kept with us as pets.
So right there, guys, I need you to understand that from that statement on, this is how you know everything she said is bullshit. And I don't even have to say it. Horror, why is it what she said was wrong?
It's wrong in so many ways. For one, cats exist without us. They're barely domesticated. They have not been. They're not even fully domesticated.
Preach,
So
preach.
the
Take
idea that we are what created these are not like dogs. There is an amazing difference between dogs and cats. Cats, at this point, basically choose to live with us.
And
They
have
do not need us.
Have a good night, Peachy. Thank you for coming
night,
and joining
Peachy.
us, honey.
I mean, there is a reason Australia kills cats. And it's not because they don't like them. It's because they are a apex predator that have no real predator of their own. So they overrun. It's the reason why when we went to Jamaica, or when I went to Jamaica for my honeymoon, they literally told you to not feed the feral cats, because trust me, those cats were there. We went to a restaurant, an outdoor restaurant, and the cats literally line up along the outside and watch you, waiting for you to try to feed them, because they're that sophisticated, really. But they don't need it. They can go out and live on their own. Cats do not need humans. Cats were not created by humans. Cats are a thing all of their own.
As a matter of fact, there are several different breeds of cats. I think it's the sand cat, the African wild cat. Just look them up. Look them up and tell me if you can tell the difference between them and your house cat. You can't. That's why cats get called feral, but you'll notice that they don't call dogs feral. And the thing is, just stopping right there for a second, because I'm going to continue, but just stopping right there, if by her definition, an animal that has been created by us doesn't, doesn't belong anywhere in the world and should be gotten rid of, then that means we can continue not being vegan, because the animals that were created by us, like domesticated pigs, cows, chickens, turkeys, let's just keep eating them then.
Mm-hmm.
They were bred into existence by us.
Yep.
Let's continue this absolutely insane tirade.
But they should never have been. Humans just enjoyed their company, and so they used them for entertainment and for comfort.
And to keep pests out of their food.
But the sad thing is that for every person who has a cat, they are paying people to murder all kinds of other innocent animals.
Meanwhile, the cat continues to murder all sorts of other innocent animals because it's a cat!
It's a fucking cat. It's the world's perfect murder machine in a tiny body. Like, let's get with that. There is not an aspect of our lives, guys, that doesn't require the death of an animal. There isn't. Peanut butter contains bugs. Most legumes, plain and simple, contain bugs. So you're killing something for that. Anytime you make any plant, you are killing some creature along the lines. Did you know that jet fuel requires animal parts? I didn't until recently. So anytime you have ridden on a plane, you can't call yourself vegan.
Nope.
Fossil fuels are literally the dead bodies of dinosaurs. You can't call yourself vegan. I would love to see if Vegan Teacher has never ridden in a car or on a train. I'm dying. Not only that,
she uses electricity, and that uses fossil fuels too. So
fun fact.
So much for that.
And that's not right. Every time you buy cat food, you're paying somebody to murder other innocent animals who also had a right to
Parts
live.
of other animals we already killed, but okay.
I'm just curious how she feels about animals in the wild.
I don't know. She seems to think they must be vegan or something. I don't know.
My favorite thing is, do you think your dog wants to eat that? Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. It's called prey drive, sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, like, she's like, I do genuinely wonder. Because my thing is, when she wants you to feed cats a vegan diet, that means she is okay with you literally torturing your animal to death. In a slow way that neither of you realize it. But the cat gets sicker and sicker and sicker.
The fish on this package wanted to live. The fish on this package had a right to live. His or her life was as valuable as the life of a cat.
So salmon, after they mate, die anyway, sister. Let's start with that. Most salmon sold in stores is sustainably sourced through a farm.
Just don't get it from Norway.
Like, I don't even, because a lot of things that are written in Spanish, so I don't know where she lives.
I think she's in California, but I don't know.
I can't remember if she's in California or Canada.
The cows in the industry who are abused in order to make this cheese also had a right to live and not.
Cows are not abused.
She watched one PETA video and thought they were all abused. When not
Fuck you.
90% of those PETA videos were set up and made by members of PETA. Start with that. Second of all, there are many breeds of cow
Mhm.
who do not like raising their young. And if you don't milk a cow, it's very painful and can cause cancer.
And I showed you what can happen if the breast gets too big the other week. So
We were just, that's why this is like, I know you guys were a little weirded out by it, but now you know why horror showed you that. We told you it can cause cancer inside a cow or just infections, and that can go back into the bloodstream.
yep.
This bitch is crazy. I know, guys. Trust me. I cannot stand her.
Be exploited just for cat food. This package says, no cruelty tested, but it contains the body of an innocent animal. If
Any
your
part of the
cats are
body.
not vegan yet,
Are you sure it contains the body of an innocent animal? Because I don't know. Carne cotta al forno. What the fuck is that?
Carne is meat. So it's some kind of meat.
Bottoncini con tonno. So it's fish.
Yeah.
So it's some kind
In
of
a
fish.
sauce.
Oh, it's whitefish. Okay, so it's ocean
Oh.
whitefish in sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can stumble my way through Spanish, guys.
what are you waiting for?
Buy that for my cat.
If your cats are not vegan, you're paying for animal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's wrong.
If your cats are vegan, you are paying for animal abuse.
You're committing animal abuse, more to the point.
Oh no, because you're not only paying for it and committing it, you are funding it to be done to other cats.
Yep.
There is ample research on why your cat cannot be vegan. And the thing is, you get a lot of people that sit there and go, my cat's perfectly fine. They
No,
never
it's
have
not.
anything wrong with them. And all you gotta do is dig a little deeper and notice your cat's lost some teeth. Their cat has skin problems. Their cat may not be as, and they'll lie and say, my cat's just as energetic as the, no. This is Poison Ivy's distant cousin in California. Oh God. Let's see. If your cats are vegan, you are abusing your cat. Exactly.
There's no other way to say it.
Same with dairy sheep. If you do not empty them, it causes mastitis. Exactly.
It's the same with shearing sheep. If you don't shear them, they're
Overheat.
not happy. It doesn't turn out well for them.
No.
Go on Facebook and join a group called Vegan Cats to learn how to veganize your cat.
Note.
No, don't do it.
Not only don't do it, but here's the thing, guys. She didn't say go do your research. She didn't say go look up all the science and the back. She said go join a Facebook group so we can convince you of it. Okay? That's how you know it's bullshit. Hold on, let me.
Vulvas are curvy.
What?
Okay, guys. I really do think that this Kotex commercial, though, is trying to go against, because in the beginning, all right, just gotta say this, I've been thinking about it so much. In the beginning of that commercial, they go 26 years, 35 years of having a vagina. So I want you to think about it. 365 days of being a girl. I think they are very quietly making sure you know they are stating the difference.
Yeah.
And I had to state that because even though I don't use Kotex, I loved it. It was a very subtle thing to do. I don't know if they gotten any backlash for it, but it was smart. So I know what you're about to tell me.
No, no, right on.
Can you make sure that everything is turned off and all that? Take this out there. There we go.
Are we going to find out if cats can be vegan?
So this is the kitten lady, and I like her very much.
Speaking of that, there is a vegan food for cats.
I know there's several vegan foods for
Wellness
cats.
makes it.
Wellness can bite my fat white ass.
That's not a vegan food for
be
cats. That's
vegan?
torture.
If you don't plan to watch this video, then here's your quick answer. So obviously every species has different dietary needs. Whether you're a pig, a dog, a human, a cow, a cat, we all need different things. Even within our species, we have different dietary needs at different ages. For instance, these little kittens are bottle.
I just want to say that when kittens bounce their ears like that when they're drinking, it's gotta be the most fucking darling thing I've ever seen in my damn life.
Babies, and they should have had their mother's milk, which has all of the nutrients they need. But because they were orphaned, they have to have a formula that very closely simulates those same nutrients. In the work that I do, I've unfortunately seen it all, and I can tell you.
How can you look at that and not want to own 5,000 of them? Just look at that little face. Oh my god, yeah, the kitten lady, so she just got married, guys, and she had bouquets of kittens that
Oh my
she walked
God.
down the aisle with, and her husband loves calicos, so she walked down the aisle with a basket of calico kittens.
Oh.
And he cried. He thought it was the most darling thing.
How tragic it is when somebody feeds a kitten something that is not nutritionally complete for them. Hopefully it is obvious to you that oat milk or soy milk or almond milk or even cow milk doesn't contain the nutrients that kittens need. They need cat milk or a formula that closely simulates that. Now these kittens are turning 5 weeks old and they are going to be weaning onto a diet of meat. And that's because meat is what cats eat.
By the way, the kittens that I found, guys, the kittens that were brought to me, they are about 5 weeks old. So I give them a mixture of this lactose-free milk for cats, along with a liver supplement and a weight gain supplement. And then I also soak kibble in that liquid. So that way it's got a highly nutritious kibble. And so that gives them a lot of fat and nutrients because kittens really need that. So that way they grow and they get good eyesight, and that way their bowels move properly.
Yep.
Cats are obligate carnivores, which means that they have evolved to require a diet of meat in order to stay alive and healthy. Now, you'll often hear vegans talking about how humans can thrive on a plant-based diet because our bodies very closely resemble herbivorous species. For instance, we have these broad, flat teeth, which are perfect for chewing and grinding plant matter. And we have these very long digestive tracts, which are perfect for digesting plants. And all of that is true.
But however, like I stated last week, guys, there's also ample evidence that we do not absorb the vitamins as well as when we eat the meat, which is why I made sure to eat a lot of meat tonight. I wanted to make sure I got all my vitamins and minerals.
Well, and then you have to remember a lot of vitamins and minerals are actually fat soluble, and you don't get a lot of fat from vegetables. So you need that meat to help you actually absorb those vitamins and minerals you're getting from the vegetables.
Let's see, what did Rachel say? I have gotten lazy because my sheep milk is so fatty that I use it as a substitute for offering. It is very fatty and good for you. Like, that's the thing. Giving a kitten goat's milk or sheep's milk is perfectly fine because it's exceedingly fatty. That's fine. It's when you give them soy milk, oat milk, or cow's milk. They're not fatty enough. They don't produce enough stuff. Although I will say to you, lady, you need to start making some pecorino out of that if you can. Figure out how to do that. Oh, that'd be so good. Anyways, continue.
And obviously 20 years into being vegan, I can tell you that I am thriving on that diet. But if we are acknowledging that all bodies are different and need different things, then we've got to acknowledge that cats' bodies are pretty different from our own. Cats' teeth look nothing like ours. They have these very sharp carnassial teeth, which are designed for hunting and ripping.
I'm sorry, guys, but literally everything about kittens is adorable to me. Like how Edie craves buying 5 billion plants, and how Horror craves that absolutely stunning spice drawer.
I love my spice drawer.
I crave playing with kittens and having them in the house. So when I tell you, last night I went from miserable to I've been so happy there's a kitten in the house again, just because kittens absolutely lift my spirits. I love it so much. And
I'm actually
everyone,
excited to for everybody to see how the puppy develops. Next week, we should be seeing eyes opening.
what we need to start doing is starting every stream now with the puppy on screen and the kittens on screen.
That would be great.
We could do a weekly update of how big they've gotten.
Oh,
Then we could do a montage. Oh my god.
yes, montage.
You should start taking a daily photo of him.
I really should. I will start doing that.
Oh my god, I should do the same. Anyway, sorry. We're having like pet mom moment. Sorry, guys.
And tearing flesh. They have relatively short digestive tracts, which are designed for digesting meat. But most importantly,
Look at
cats
how
lack the
cute these
ability
little
to produce
girls
certain
are.
nutrients that they need in order to stay healthy and alive, like vitamin A, vitamin D, and taurine. Taurine is really important. It's an essential amino acid that cats need in order to survive. It's something that's naturally synthesized in the pancreas for humans and dogs, but cats' bodies are unable to do this. They instead have to get their taurine directly from eating other animals. When a cat doesn't receive enough taurine, they can have problems at almost every level. Cardiovascular issues, blindness,
Bone
tooth
issues.
decay, gastrointestinal distress, diabetes, lethargy, and other issues that can lead to the death of the cat.
Which, if you guys remember, I've told you a lot of my old cats, my first 3 cats died from all these issues. Why? Because they were raised on Purina, which nutritionally didn't give them enough.
Night, Fox.
Oh, Fox gonna sleep. Good night, Fox. I have a long night ahead of me, so actually no, I might not. I just realized that. Oh yeah, I don't know if I updated all of you guys. The reason why you haven't seen a video, all my videos came out mute. I recorded the other week. All of them.
We
Every
talked
one
about
of
it
them.
last week.
Yeah. And now the video won't sync up sound wise
No.
at all. It'll only do it for the first 15 minutes of the video. Now I think I've been avoiding it because I know it's gonna hurt my head to do. And now YouTube's punishing me because I haven't gotten anything out. But I did find some fun stuff that I'm gonna share soon to you guys that I did with Dub Smash. Do you remember Dub Smash? It was like TikTok before TikTok. Back when Vine was around, everyone used to like lip sync on Vine.
Right.
I found it, and apparently I was pretty fucking good at it. And I'm gonna do a little compilation video of all of them. But anyways,
That'd be fun.
Now, I don't know about you, but for me, veganism is all about compassion towards animals. And there's nothing compassionate about depriving an animal of what they need to survive and be healthy. We have to remember that the animals in our care depend on us 100% for all of the things that they need in life. Their food, their water, even their enrichment. Cats can't just go out and get these things for themselves. So if you're not willing to care for an obligate carnivore, that's okay. Nobody's forcing you to. But you really should not have a cat in that case. There are plenty of herbivorous species out there who need our help too. There are so many rabbits and guinea pigs in animal shelters awaiting foster homes and adopters. So if you only
notice she said herbivorous and not obligate herbivores. Because I don't believe there's almost any obligate herbivores except for like the koala and the panda, oddly enough, who we talked about earlier.
The ones that turned out retarded?
The 2 of them are the dumbest animals on the planet. You know, things like that. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, guys. A lot of animals eat a lot of things that you don't realize.
Apparently
only want to
sloth
work
is an
with plant-based
obligate herbivore.
species, that's totally okay. But hey, don't let me catch you feeding a vegan diet to cats. That is just silly and misinformed and honestly incredibly cruel.
Now, what I'm curious about look at this right here. FYI, humans aren't herbivorous. They're like all primates and hominin frugivores. So like frugivores, like we can eat we're a little bit higher than an omnivore. I asked Chat GPT about this, and bro, just look at the conversation. Can cats be vegan or not? Cats are obligate carnivores, which means their bodies are biologically adapted to thrive on a diet that consists primarily of meat. Look, this is a computer wrote this. And then he wrote, I asked yes or no. No, cats cannot be vegan. There you go. It is abuse, right? So, like, dear vegan teacher, please just stop. Oh, I love the kitten lady. She's, by the way, sorry, you know it's past 1. Yes, I do. And I know I've got my stream tomorrow. But yeah, it's crazy, guys. It is absolutely insane what these people do. People like her. And, you know, the worst thing is, there's nothing we can do about it because we believe in free speech. The only thing we can do
is something we can do about it. We just can't make them stop talking. We can do what we're doing right now.
I mean, we could make... Never mind. Kidding, YouTube.
In Minecraft.
Kidding.
In Minecraft.
Stop animal abuse on her behalf permanently. I would take out the source.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't actually do it. I'm just saying. Kidding. But anyways, I personally rage. Excuse your stomach. You ate plenty today. I rage all the time. And the thing is, she kind of insinuated in that either you feed them a vegan diet or you... It's kind of what she insinuates. I remember some woman fed her baby a vegan diet and the baby died because babies can't be vegan. Humans are not vegan. They can't. Nope. You want to do it for moral reasons? She even said it in the video. She didn't say it is healthy for humans to be vegan. She said it is done so you are not cruel to animals. She didn't say compassion because it was the more natural thing for her to do. She said it's just plausible and possible for a human to do. And that's the difference. And that's the thing, and I agree. Well, I'm pretty sure it was both parents, not just the mother. The point is, NT War Machine, is that this is something that shouldn't be happening. Mm-mm. There's a reason why you shouldn't give babies honey before a certain age. There's a reason why with kittens you shouldn't give them catnip before a certain age. I've heard most people who become vegan end up getting a lot of issues in long term. Right, that's why I have a hard time believing she's been on it for 20 years now. There is a exception to every rule. But the thing is, almost everyone has long-term problems. But you can see there's a couple of issues with her. Even then, like she's abnormally skinny. She doesn't have a lot of muscle mass. And look, either way, she is exceedingly helpful to the cat community. So I let it slide with her.
Well, as long as you don't try to push your diet on me. I'm the same way about religion and everything else. As long as you don't try to push it on me, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I still
and
think
kids.
Right. I have
and
a butcher
animals.
day on the ranch. My cat looks at me with pure astonishment, like I didn't know the human can hunt. A lot of times, again, remember guys, I say it all the time. If your cat brings you food, they think you're too stupid to feed yourself.
That explains why Vincent never brings home anything, though.
Yeah, basically every food drink, there's a bunch of precautions for having babies consume them. Exactly. Because babies are the closest to our natural selves.
Mm-hmm.
Before we influence them with anything, before we throw any kind of dietary supplement or to vegans, the epitome of Satan with my paleo diet, right? Oh, they would hate what I found out. Carnivore Crisps makes a flour. And the only ingredients in it are dried meat and salt. So you can technically make bread out of meat. And
how does that form gluten, though?
So you just add baking soda. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. I'll show you.
You can't make real bread out of it, though.
Yes. Hold on. Carnivore Crisps. Hold on, I'll get to it. I want them to sponsor me so bad. Because their shit is amazing. So, all right. this it? This is the real salt. Okay. No. Carnivore crisp, flour and butter right here. They have beef and organ blend, grass-fed beef, and chicken flour. This is the thing is, because this is pure meat that's been ground up. And I've seen plenty of people make little buns. Like the fascination on Hara's face, man. She's like, she's trying to figure out what she can do with it.
The problem I'm having is, okay, so when you make an actual bread, what gives it the texture we love is the gluten in it. So I'm trying to figure out what compounds it's using for the same formation of air bubbles and so forth, because you can't just add baking soda or baking powder and get the same results.
Let me see.
It's not the same thing. So
let me see. I'm gonna look up a little video on YouTube, and excuse me, we'll end the night probably with this, but let's see.
And then does it taste like chicken or does it taste like bread?
Okay, so let's see.
Well, the reason for warnings about pregnant women drinking raspberry tea is because it can actually induce labor.
Right.
There's a compound in it. As for nursing, I'm not sure why. No,
Okay.
I mean, you can get something that's kind of cake-like because baking soda and baking powder are the leavening agents in cake.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen, and as promised, I am making the crisp bread today. It is, many of you have seen the carnivore bread floating around YouTube, but this is an easy, quick way, and we're gonna get started. So what you'll need, it does take a little bit of planning ahead, as you need some carnivore crisp. Today I'm using Aya Round. I've made this using the pork. I've made this using chicken. All of the crisp end up in work. There's like 9 different varieties. So
this is before they had the flour.
Oh, she's making her own flour. Okay.
She's making her own, but it is still the same compound. Because look,
into the blender.
All she's doing is blending in the flour of the carnivore crisp, and she showed.
And then we're going to use Redmond's real salt, and I'm just going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Just eggs in the flour right now. And then a teaspoon of salt.
Right on in there. Okay, we will set this to blend. While this is blending, I'm going to spray my bread pan with some duck fat.
I'm guessing
some duck
down
fat
here.
spray.
So here we go.
What duck fat spray?
I don't know where you can get the duck fat. Okay, we don't need to see that.
No, we don't need to hear the whirring.
So, all right, so this is all that she used in it. She made her own blend from Carnivore Crisp herself. Okay. This is 2 years ago. They hadn't made the flour yet then.
Right.
I like that one.
That's a pretty bottle.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna see if it's more of a dough or a batter.
Now,
I'm gonna think it's more of a
depending upon your
batter.
loaf pan that you use, it's gonna vary as to how long
Yeah, that's
you have
batter.
it cooking.
Very batter-like. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but just adding yeast would create that difference, right?
Yeast does give a bubble, but what captures the bubbles is the formation of the protein and the glutens.
Right.
That's why when you raise a bread, it gets so big and fluffy. The problem I see here is while you have protein, you don't have that same gluten chain that is actually what catches the bread
Right.
or
So
the air. So,
Carnivore Crisp is
I
like
mean,
the-
you'll get something. I mean, you'd get something that's kind of like, depending on what you do, you'd get something that's more along the lines of like a banana bread texture wise.
Well, that's what I'm
Something a
saying. They
little
said it's very
denser.
fluffy. It's very like the things I've heard about is very fluffy, very soft. All positive things I've heard.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
very
it can be
savory
fluffy and
bread.
soft, but it's still not the same type of. So it's more like it's the difference between a chiffon cake and homemade white bread. They're very different.
Right.
A chiffon cake has no yeast or anything in it, and it's a very fluffy, moist, enjoyable cake. But at the same time, it's still not the same sort of thing as just regular bread.
Okay.
So I could see where you could do cake-like things with this.
Okay, let's see.
Nice, thick.
That's a beautiful looking bread, though. I can't lie.
It's very pretty. Yeah, like it's about what I would
Consider a cake looking.
Slice off
Yeah.
a piece here
Yeah,
so you
very.
can see.
Like I said, obviously it's
I
not going
would
to
end up
taste
and
like
let it
banana bread,
cool.
but it's going to have that same type of crumb, I would bet, on the inside.
Well, that's what I want to see, because honestly, if I was going to pick a bread that I would use, I would not hate this.
But slice it up so that
Sounds
you can
nice
see.
when it's cutting.
It has a nice crisp on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably from the duck
Yeah.
fat too.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just the idea that I'm making bread out of meat really excited me.
This is what it comes out looking like.
Yeah, very banana bread like.
And now you can end up and put it in a toaster. You can end up and just, heat it up, put a little bit.
Now, this is 2 years ago. They have perfected their own flour now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised more people. See, so here it is right here. I tried the viral carnivore recipe, carnivore pudding. Apparently, okay, this is a little odd. Let me tell you something. Okay, hold on. This is where we're going to end it after this, guys, because I do have to get going soon. I don't know about horror, but I do. So going back, apparently this makes a fantastic rich brownie.
I could see that.
A lot of them are saying that you use this because of the liver and kidneys and hearts.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a very dense brownie.
Yeah. No, that really would.
Right. And they said that see, because like what I'm dying to figure out, because you're all still streaming. Yes,
we're still here.
We're not for much longer, but yes, because I'm trying to think of ways. I don't like to sacrifice the pleasure. If I'm going to do something healthier, I've said this for years, my preference for healthier is always going to be, if you're going to exchange it, you don't exchange it for worse things.
No.
You exchange it for chemicals. This is literally just grass-fed beef heart, liver, kidneys, and salt.
What's the sodium on that?
So the sodium in it is 160 milligrams per serving, and there's 8 servings in a container. So I would I need them to make a recipe I can follow. It's a little, like, that's the thing, like, this is very pricey. So I would have to obviously do some research. Like, they have this grass-fed butter, so they make this butter themselves, and it's grass-fed beef. They take the milk and they make butter out of it, and apparently people swear by it. No hormones, United States family farmer, open pasture cows, keto friendly. This is the cleanest protein on the market. That's how they say.
Grass-fed beef tallow. Oh, it's tallow. It's not butter.
Let's see.
Because it says ingredients: grass-fed beef tallow.
Refrigerate after opening. I assume. Let's see. Born from the need. Nothing on the market had the crunch, health benefits, flavors of lean, sustainable protein. Da 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 da. So
no, that doesn't really say. I mean, there's a difference between beef tallow and butter.
Yeah, tallow's fat from the meat, guys.
Yeah, and you can use tallow as butter. I actually enjoy cooking in it.
That might be it then, because it is beef butter. It doesn't say
okay.
So it is butter made of beef. So yeah,
it's just the tallow.
So for $81, you can get the entire thing.
I almost want to take some. Get some.
Again, guys, my birthday is next month. Whoever wants to send me this, I will not fight you. And I would love so they used to come in these little glass jars.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I don't like is they're like, oh, we made convenient bags instead. Same amount. And I'm like, that's only 6 ounces. Okay. So you would need to spend quite a bit of money if you want to use a lot of it. That's my only negative on it. And I understand why, because they are using high quality ingredients.
Well, and it's a niche product still, so until they prove the market, they're not going to really want to bulk sell. And
Exactly. So while I very much want to invest, I have to do it in small doses so that way I can have it. And the only problem is I'd have to experiment with it to see what I can make and what I can eat. I would live off of proteins if I could. Like I said, guys, they had sides. They had like these fried plantains, and they had mashed potatoes, and there was a salad bar, and I was like, I've got sticks of meat coming my way. We're good. Oh, they were so good. I had lamb and prime rib, and they had like churroso. It was a special meat they made for themselves. It was a house specialty, and it came in this big. It was delicious. It was delicious, and I had everything rare. And they're like, all right, first time he came around, I didn't realize, because I'd never been to one, I didn't realize you could offer rare. He looked at me and he cut me off this well done piece, and I was like,
the fuck?
I made sure every time after that, I'm like, I want rare. Give me rare. Rare cut, don't have it. Move along. Don't want it.
Go wait until you have it and then come back.
He brought me prime rib twice. Anyways,
I'm really sad that we didn't go to that restaurant when we were in Vegas. Ugh, I could use that so bad.
You and I will go together. I know exactly where to go. Five. It's a lot cheaper than Vegas. It's only $38.
Well, I mean, it's cheap. It's cheaper to get to Vegas is the only problem. But no, I will have to. People should start giving me money so that we can arrange a visit.
I think if we start to get, well, I mean, you're bigger than me, but
I'm not that big right now. I mean, my channel's like, because I restarted on Rumble, I'm back to square zero.
But you're known more. Like, you have better connections than I do. You're known more. So I mean, like, once we get, I think, a little higher up, I wouldn't mind doing an animal meetup.
That would be fun.
Not Orion. Sorry, guys.
I'd probably bring Sydney. He'd probably travel the best.
Orion would travel better. Orion would do better with the people. It's the dogs.
Yeah.
And I'd have to use a collar. And the thing is, like I said, I don't let Orion go around a lot of groomers or anything now because they'll interpret it wrong. It's not that I regularly beat my dog. It's that the 1 or 2 times I had to get heavy-handed because he was killing something.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, madam. Athena's clawing the butt of my chair. Get your butt. But, well, okay, we never went on this late. That's why. I will tell you that I think you should start the exits. Did someone call you?
No, my watch went off and I was.
Yeah, so I was like, it sounded like a T-Mobile ring. I was like,
no, my watch goes off at like 11:30 every night and gives me my daily whatever, which I never read. So
that's something I want to get as a Fitbit, the slim one.
I love this watch.
Well, see, I want to get the slim one because when I'm doing the dishes, I want to see how much activity I'm doing. And so the slim is waterproof.
Oh, I can actually swim with this.
Yeah, see, I don't like the big, so because my wrists are tiny.
That's why I got this. Because I can.
It's the circle itself. It makes it like it's. I'm OCD. I'm weird. Like,
yes,
if
you are.
Notice, do you see much jewelry on me all the time? Everything is as slim as like. Exactly. So I have to have it. Like, I had a watch, but whenever I wear watches, because of bending like this, I wear them sideways.
Yeah,
I used to wear them where they were on the side because bending up and down would be so uncomfortable. But anyways, so but I want to get a Fitbit. That's something I want to get. I want to get one of those slim ones, and I found really pretty bands. So again, I've got a whole list of things I need to get so I can keep track of things. Because now that I am on the track of being able to move more, there's a couple things my husband and I want to invest in. One being a VR set. Two,
Nice.
they've made new DDR dance pads.
Oh God.
Back in the day, okay, guys, this is, judge me all you want. I find guys that could do DDR fast like super hot because that's what Matt could do. Like he was super fast on DDR. And now it's that whatever the one was on the fingers on the computer that you could do, the cheap knockoff. Well, people, I forget what it's called. But anyways, they make that now where you can download it and you can plug it into the dance pad and do it that way. And so I told Starman, I'm like, we're gonna have to save up for that. The comments have all but completely stopped about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think everybody's asleep.
Yeah. No, we got 13 people watching, but they might have fallen asleep while we were watching.
Yeah.
But either way, if anyone's still there, comment.
Well,
Either way.
I see the chat moving. It's just not moving its way over into Restream yet.
Oh, weird.
NTW says Stepmania.
Yes, thank you. I was about to. If you're awake, why didn't you answer when I said that, Matthew? But Stepmania.
And Bublito's still working.
But anyways, so, there's a couple of things we want to invest in this year. We're looking into investing because that's how I do well losing weight. When I don't think about it, I don't like exercising. I hate
exercise.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you'll get used to it." The fuck I will.
No, I exercised every day for about 2-3 weeks. I got really irritable.
I hate it.
It's boring.
It wastes my time.
There's other things I could be doing.
Right.
If I can do something that is like exercise, but something that I actually want to do, then we're good. But if I have to specify on or focus on just doing this one thing, and I can't do anything else except for maybe watch TV or something, I get pissed.
Right. And that's why for me, what I want to do is I'd rather like get a VR set and do that, or do Dance Dance Revolution. I'd rather do that.
The Wii has, or not the Wii, the Switch has a nice exercise thing that's actually fun.
Right, something like that. She's gotten all excited again. I don't know why. What, Athena?
She's a cat, that's why.
But Athena gets like extra excited at weird times. It's weird. But anyways, so that's like what I want to do. Like, there's a couple things we want to save up for so we can do that stuff. And I think once we do that, it'll be so much better. And so that's the goal. That's the aim. That's the hope.
Yep.
But all right, Har. I think you should lead us out with some announcements for yourself, whatever's going on with you. I know you said you got a busy week coming up.
Well, not a busy week. I'm revamping my schedule. I need to be doing more and more places and a bunch of things, but I haven't, ironed out that yet. That's still an in process. But for now, you can catch me Wednesday night on the midweek hump with Shags and Sheep and everybody else. We're having the adorable Ann Pinkova on. I wish I had the thing up here. She knitted me a hat and glove and mittens with Cthulhu on them. They are fucking awesome. I wish they were up here. I would show you. They are so cool.
Oh my God. Bublito, make sure you post that. If Bubs is still here, Bubs, post that link that you made of our thing, because I keep forgetting to do it.
I guess maybe the hat's not here. But so that's Wednesday. I won't be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I will be streaming. Friday and Saturday used to be Valheim. Now I'll be doing something else on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday will be Valheim. Because my poor friend is in the East Coast and needs to be going to bed earlier. So yeah. That will be going on. And then that brings us back to Monday. Please follow me on Locals. I keep saying I'm trying to get more content on there. I swear I am. I'm going to start putting my gardening stuff on there. So that's notaccult.locals.com. I've got that on there. There's a short story on there that's in chapters. It's called They Didn't See. It's kind of a twist on the Lizzie Borden story. I've got like probably about 3 more chapters I have to write on it, but you have up to chapter 5 in there right now. As well as I read The Little Mermaid, the original story by Hans Christian Andersen. The audio only is currently exclusively on my locals if you want to hear that. I kind of did it because too many people don't seem to realize where these stories come from and just assume that Disney has the story. Disney is not doing the stories justice, and they weren't from the beginning, but that's a separate argument. So if you want to hear that, head over there. And yeah, that's it. So what do you got going on, Starson?
So one, guys, I'm just trying to catch up on chat now. I have no idea. I think Rachel's asking about last week. We asked her if we wanted to read her novel. Yes, we did.
Yes, we do.
We're still up for that. As for me, tomorrow you will catch me live at noon, and we will be catching up on the very late artwork from Mermaid. I am going to be live with Big T Bariatric on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock EST. He is an up-and-coming anti-BOPO YouTuber. He's got about 6,000 subscribers. We're getting a really good habit of all the small anti-BOPO YouTubers. We're all supporting each other. We're all talking to each other. So make sure, if you haven't, and I don't know who's in the chat right now, if Bubs is still awake or not. But Bubs, if you're still awake, can you put Mr. Big T Bariatric in the chat as well? Put his link in there. I know that T was on here earlier, but now he's obviously gone to bed because he just got a new job. I'm very proud of him. As you all saw at the beginning of the stream, I now have 3 new children to take care of. And I have one that I'm now going to be starting to assimilate. We are trying to buy an electric collar soon, so that's going to be something fun. The week I am off, because this week we are preparing for the festival, but the week I am off, I am going to be completely revamping everything, guys. So I am going to be doing finally I'm going to have time to sit down and do the YouTube shorts. I'm going to sit down and make a schedule for that week. I'm going to get everything regimented, so that way everything that I'm going to create a bunch of content for the Patreon. I'm going to get a bunch of things set up. I am going to, I've been toying around with the idea, but I think now I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to start doing some short form blogs or vlogs, just little videos of me complaining about my life or anything else, or just, and those are going to be Patreon exclusives. There's a couple of things that I'm still working out the kinks, but I'm going to have a whole week and a half to make them work. So look forward to that, everybody. It's going to be, even though I'm going to be technically off, it is going to be a very busy week. And then Thursday, I'm actually going to try to get 2 videos out this week, guys, because I am only working 10 to 6 every day. So it's not like when I'm 8 o'clock at night like normal, and then not getting home till almost 9. So I am going to try to give out 2 videos this week. So I'm going to spend the morning editing the video that I'm supposed to get done and try to release it for Tuesday night. And then I'm going to try to get another video edited and done for Thursday. So
busy girl.
Right. And I'm going to try to get that little short out of my Dub Smash originals that I think are just silly and cute. And I think you guys are going to like them. And you can definitely see I used to be a lot thinner in those videos. A lot thinner. But otherwise, guys, I think that's it. The chat has stopped working for me. I can clearly see that very badly. Oh, Bubblito went to bed. Okay.
After 40, Art also went to bed.
Oh, yep. She just went to bed. I see that now. I don't know what happened to the chat over here, and it's too late for me to refresh it. But either way, guys, I think that is it. So I just want to remind you all to get your animals fixed. Please do not feed your animals inappropriate diets based on your ideology and not their dietary needs. Remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, Horror, I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
You too.
Hold on, ready? Let's try. Oh, we almost had it.
I can't look at it at the same time because my screen's...
We're going to get it, guys. We're going to get it. But I love you guys. Have a great night. Remember to stay safe. and we will see you
Oh.
in our respective streams, and then next week on Monday.
Yep.
Have a safe week, everyone. We love you.
Good night.
Good night.